What's up, everyone? It's the interview queen Alicia Toot here, and be sure to watch True Heel Heat.
You already know what time it is, man. The young goat in the building. Make sure you tune in to True Heel Heat podcast.
Hey guys, it's Dan Rosa and welcome to True Heel Heat.
Yo, what up? You know what it is. It's your boy AJ Francis reporting to you live from New York City, the birthplace of hip-hop. And I'm telling you that I'm only tuned in with True Heel Heat Wrestling. Holla at me.
I'm serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit.
Hello. It is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. We are live on the True Hill Heat, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter for AEWramble 162, Whose House? Hangman's House, discussing the September 4th, 2024 edition of AEW Dynamite as only we can. And to do that, I am joined by my esteemed colleague, the man of 1001 Yankee Fitteds. You go to him for your TV and movie reviews, as well as your honest criticisms of All Elite Wrestling, and Tony Khan, the one and only Jimmy Macram.
Hello, ladies and gents. How the hell are you? Have a good day.
It is going to be a good day indeed. And it's a good day if you are joining us. We appreciate y'all for joining us live. We appreciate y'all if you're watching us on demand. Remember to show your appreciation back the simplest way possible. Just drop the thumbs up on this video. You can share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. And we have our third member of the team, Harlem's here. Say hello to everyone.
Hello, everyone.
And tell them to send super chat.
Send it with a
And like, share, and subscribe.
like, share, and subscribe to get the sketchy and cheese.
Okay. So like, share, and subscribe, and send super chat to give her sketty and cheese. That's what she said. Translation.
Thank you. Sketty, what is it, Sketty?
Sketty and cheese. What is up with your microphone, sir? Do you have it plugged in? You sound underwater a little bit. We ever so often, I would say like every 4 episodes, we have this issue.
How's this?
Much better. There you go. And of course, sound off in the live chat. If you're watching on any of the 3 platforms we're on right now, we always appreciate your hot takes, your opinions on AEW Dynamite. But of course, if you're feeling generous, you want to give back to what we do here, you can send a super chat donation. Any dollar amount matters. It goes back to the contributors that you see on screen with us here, and we always appreciate that kind of support. But of course, we got in the chat already with us Hassan, who says, hi there. Let's roll up for AEW Dynamite review.
Absolutely. Dynamite. Agreed. It's on the west side. Dynamite.
I could imagine like the Hispanics in a wrestling house. Like, it's on. It's on.
Right,
come down.
So please stop yelling.
I'm a Hispanic, so it's not racist.
What? He's Canadian. He's black. He's Hispanic. All right.
I am part of Hispanic. Hassan saying R.I.P. Swerve's house. We also got our great reviewer extraordinaire in one comment or less, Eric Isaac, who says, hey, THH fan, MJF, Bloody Garcia. Mox still looking for Darby. Pack pounds Ospreay. No Camille allowed for Sheeta versus Mone. And Hangman burns down Swerve's house.
When you put it like that, it sounds like an amazing show. We're missing a big ass gap in the middle, though. I ain't gonna hold you.
Of course, Jimmy's always got a nitpick. Always got to just pop the bubble. We got Bala B in the chat. He says, literally, everyone saw it coming when Swerve put out that clip. Though that doesn't mean it wasn't great. It was Will Washington hitting new heights with this storyline. Man, I don't know. I think last night's segment might have confirmed it's getting my vote for the greatest AEW rivalry of all time.
I said that a month ago. I'm over it. Yeah.
You did. You said that after Blood and Guts. I'll give you credit. You said I wasn't sure yet because I still view highly Hangman and Kenny. I know you're not as high on that. I know you are high on Punk and MJF, but like the layers to this one is just ridiculous.
Fucking great.
And it started 1 year ago today. Did you know that? 1 year ago today it started.
I did not. That sounded like something Excalibur should have said. Lord knows we need that in the middle of a house burning down. It was actually 1 year ago today. Shut up. Just watch the house burn.
Also got in the chat here. Will Chisholm is here, and he is showing some love with our first super chat donation of the show. We appreciate you, Will, for showing some love to us. As always, we always appreciate the support. So everyone, you must let him.
Oh, speak, bitch. Come on now. Oh my God, Shavon. What the hell is wrong with you?
Will says Swerve's face was like he saw a black woman in the house.
But the only thing they make him cry like that.
No!
Get her niggerized feet off my shit. Oh, poor Swerve.
Yo, well, I gotta get a disclaimer for some of these super chats and comments in the chat sometimes. We also got another super chat donation here from our good brother Christopher Kidd. Thank you so much, Christopher Kidd, for the support as always. So everyone,
listen up, you prick.
Christopher says Hangman walked in and said, "Whose house? Oh, y'all tacky." That was a perfect segment.
That was great. I did not expect that.
Yo, you said it. You said it when we were talking live during the show. He was like, he sounds like Swerve.
Yes, it was like, yo, what is going on? They've broken Hangman. Awesome. He's not empty.
This shit was like a fucking villain at the end. Like the villain gets the big thing that causes the hero to come back at him in the third act. It was that type of promo. Like these dirty floors. I can imagine your father. I can imagine your father telling you to shut up as he watches TV. And seeing how you turned out, he must have not loved you.
Then he burned his fucking house down. He should have said, "Now you're ready to face me." Ah.
Oh, that would have been perfect.
Joker ass villain. Awesome
stuff. Loved it so much. We got Big Man Dogs who says, "Will Swerve have to retire that chant? He doesn't have a house anymore." I guess
Whose house? I don't know.
State Farm? You better have got insurance on that shit. He just bought the deed. The only nitpick I have, I hope to say it now before we even get into the show or anything. My only nitpick is they should have had like the house segment on like Saturday show on Collision, because they probably didn't have this in mind last week. And I did want them to kind of just focus in on Swerve being upset that Hangman got involved at All In and making the challenge. You don't need to add anything else like Swerve. Oh, Swerve bought a house with his bonus from All In. No,
what a coincidence.
You at least should have done it on Saturday, so it built up a couple of days of anticipation of what Hangman would do. It was only a couple of hours because they put it on social media earlier in the day, and then they showed it on here. But I would have done it on Saturday to kind of build the anticipation for this thing.
You done on Saturday, huh? Did you see the rating? You're not done on Saturday. No. Why? Why would I do that? 12 people watch the show. No. It's gotta wait. It's gotta wait for 5 minutes.
A little over 12. We do have another super chat donation from Chuck Berry's The Rock to Will Chisholm Stone Cold, showing up and showing some love. We appreciate you, good
Thank
sir.
you. Fuck you. Bye.
Chuck Berry says, who did it better, Randy or Hangman? Hangman by far, because like people immediately after Randy did it to Bray Wyatt ahead of WrestleMania 33, they were just like, why? Like it was because that was not this was a gradual escalation that everyone saw coming. Whereas Randy Orton 1 week he's with Bray Wyatt, the next week he challenged Bray Wyatt, and then the third week he burns down his house that was for Sister Abigail.
Jesus. When was this? What year was this?
2017.
Oh. Yeah. Nope. Wasn't kind of watching. Not even a little bit. I'm not like y'all. I don't take a whole bunch of punishment for years and stick around. So you don't want me here. I'll leave.
We were in an abusive relationship with WWE in the 2010s. We definitely were. We got Power Driver Finisher. He says, whose house burnt down? We got Annika who says, Hangman, come on now. We also got EB is here. Where you been, EBB? We haven't seen you.
It's Hangman. It's Hangman. Of course he's here.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I forgot. That's his boy. He came just for the Hangman. EBB says Hangman, but still loved Randy's too. Hitting the pose with the burning shack was great. That was a great visual. I will give it that. That was the only great part about it. But Hangman's delivery of the promo itself, and then just him sitting in front in the grass, sitting in a couch chair in the grass as he just. Well, you got to say goodbye to Swerve's house.
Proof.
Oh my God, what a great ending. So, my question to you though, because we've said this quite often in 2024 of like all-time great Dynamite closes. Where does this rank?
Ooh.
First, the year, because you have the Mariah May heel turn on Toni Storm, which is high on people's list. You have the week before that, the MJF heel turn on Daniel Garcia. So Like, where does it rank for the year and then all time Dynamite closes?
Fuck. For the year, I know this is controversial. I know, because we're all prisoners of the moment. It's somewhere I made Tony Storm for me. I rewatched that fucking thing 5 or 6 times after it happened. It's one of my favorite heel turns fucking ever. I'll put this right after that. All time? I always want to go with Cody and Brody Lee.
You always, that's always been off the tip of your tongue ever since it happened.
The fucking belt is broken. It's in a bag. He just takes it and just pops Cody on top of the head with it. It's fucking hysterical. But if you pick this one over that one, I'm not mad. This was a great visual.
This is probably, I'm gonna say, because they've had some really great go home closing angles this year, like the swerve comes at Ospreay before Forbidden Door when Ospreay tries to take the title from him again, and Swerve said, right. "No, not again, nigga." Bro. The Bryan promo before All In last month, that was great.
Right, that was great.
Trying to think of the other ones this year. Sting coming down from the rafters before Revolution.
That's a big fan of nostalgia.
Huh?
You guys are a big fan of nostalgia. I get it. I've seen this already. I've seen this a bunch of times.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I've seen this before. I've seen this when he
was fucking star. 1 or 2 times. But yeah. Oh, Swerve stomping on the whole security gang to get at Joe.
Then standing up. Oh, that was clean.
Yo, this year they've had some of the best go home closing angles in AEW history. Like, to go into pay-per-views, like I said, I think you can give WWE marks and they get it over AEW in a lot of different places, especially this year with them being hot as ever. But AEW still gets the nod for me as far as go home shows. They hit the mark, it seems, more often than WWE this year.
Let's go with that. Yes. I don't disagree. It's an odd thing to say.
No, I'm giving WWE. They're winning. They're doing the gentleman's sweep because this is the only one.
Let's say 1 out of every 5 times they got it. Absolutely.
We do have a super chat donation here from Vala B. Thank you so much, Vala B. Always one of our top supporters here. Vala B says Max needs to stop selling that hair transplant shit. Like, it's the worst thing in the world. That's corny. At least the segment ended.
Yeah, everyone's like, "Oh, it's hair transplant." I was like, "It looks fine. It looks fine. It looks like MJ if I remember." And that's how you show what I'm supposed to be looking at. All right.
It worked wonders. But he insecurity.
He certainly is.
Everybody.
Yeah, money, go do it again.
We got Evie who says, my first full Dynamite in months I've watched. Saw that Hangman segment and I had to be here. Wow.
Can I ask you why you stopped watching? I've watched the numbers and I see that's true for many people. I never actually got to talk to one of them though. Like, why?
We got Josh in the chat. True Jaw Josh, thanks for joining us. He says, Adam Page's album cover, Meet the Stricklands.
I love that. Ooh, Swerve is very trick-esque. So you can go with that.
Wallaby says, this Dynamite is for the haters. We also got Louisville, who says, up there with Sting's debut. Sting's debut wasn't the end of the show, though. It wasn't the show. The close was Omega and Callis aligned. And Omega said, you'll find out on Thursday. That is an all-time Dynamite ending, I will give you. And it showed in the numbers for TNA. That's one of the biggest ratings they ever did, was when he said, you'll find out on Thursday.
Is that when they beat Moxley both?
Yeah, when he beat Moxley for the title.
Great moment. Great close. Great angle that led to Moxley leaving, coming back in 2 weeks and doing nothing about it at all. I hate it. I still hate it. I'll never let it go. Absolutely not.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Oh yeah. Oh no question, Christopher Kidd. Mama Rose. I've been saying it for months now. Rock beating Cody up in the raid in Chicago is the best episode of WWE television. Top 3 pro wrestling TV episode of the year.
I always thought it was kind of overrated. I recently went back and rewatched it. It is not. It is fucking fantastic. Mama Rose, look at you now, huh? Samoan, when you come so Samoan, sir? Look at you now, huh?
Look at you now, boy. Look at you now, boy.
He hits up with a trash can.
Look at your boy now.
Rock is, I don't know how big Rock is now, 300 pounds. But he takes his fucking trash can.
Just tosses it.
Clunk. Jesus. All right.
Oh, we got Evie in the chat. Thank you so much for another super chat donation. You know a show is good when we get this many super chats to start off the show. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome. We got for you.
Don't know shit.
Evie says, I need to be caught up on Jimmy's views of Britt. We remember the days when he was her number 1 fan, eyes emoji, didn't watch the All In match. Was it that bad?
As bad as Britain and Banks seem to think? No, not that bad. Nobody wants to even acknowledge it ever happened.
AEW, because they retconned that shit.
Yes, no, it's not that bad, but it's not up to snuff. Clearly, against the rest of the card in particular. Against the women's match that took place earlier, certainly not. Listen, I still like Britt. I think Britt is suffering from Ronda Rousey UFC syndrome, where you're number 1, then you turn your head to the left for a second, you turn back around, and you're not that good anymore. I don't know what you do about it. How serious do you take it? Be my question. Because you can still get back, but it's gonna take a lot of fucking work. I don't know about it. It's worth it.
We'll see, Britt. We'll see. Evie said, answering your question, he said, I stopped watching because I was just bored of the show, to be honest.
Heard. I'd probably be right there with you if I wasn't doing this. Like, I don't hate it. I was like, do I need to watch it? I'm all right.
We also got Frantic World who says, SP3 and Jimmy, did you guys see the Vince McMahon docu-series trailer? I did watch it. It's gonna be very interesting with the talking heads that they do have. Rock, Triple H, Hogan, Austin. I was like, a lot of these people gonna look crazy talking about Vince by the end of this shit. Like they're everything they say is going to be fucking looked at with a microscope. It's not as far as discourse online, it's not gonna look good for these people.
You said Rock, Triple H, Austin, Taker?
No, Austin and Hogan. Well, Hogan says crazy shit all the time. Did you hear what Hogan said on Logan Paul's podcast?
I did. That's one way to go about it.
They forgave Chris Benoit. They can forgive me. What? I never used my control in WCW. Nigga, you literally said you did.
Like, holy shit. He just says whatever the fucking first thing that pops in his head is. Fuck it. He needs to remember. Do we know who's doing a Netflix thing for Vince? Like, who's producing it?
It's by the executive producers of Tiger King and Bill Simmons of The Ring.
Right. Oh. Bill Simmons is on the third side. It's going to be rough. I'm sorry. I'm not going to give them a pass because they're from my childhood. Rock, Austin, Triple H. But what do you want them to say exactly? Hey, what do you think about that man you owe fucking everything to? Oh, fuck that guy. All right. I'm sorry. If my mom blew up a school bus, I'd be singing her praises the next day. You don't know what those kids did. You don't know what those kids were like. A lot of stress. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Come on. That's all. No disrespect.
Fair assessment. One other thing we got to go over before we get into last night's show. AEW was in the news yesterday as Kevin Kelly and the Tate Twins, the artists formerly known as Dalton Castle's boys, have filed a lawsuit against AEW, Tony Khan, and Ian Riccaboni for defamation and the right to call the people that work with the company independent contractors. They're looking. I don't have all the details in front of me. We'll get more into that on Saturday's True Hill Heat. But what do you think just overall the news of Kevin Kelly, the Tate Twins, suing AEW, and do you see it going anywhere?
I'm all for companies getting sued because fuck them. I don't see it going anywhere. I just don't. The independent contractor thing, while it is fucking egregious, nothing's been done about it yet, so I can't see anything being done about it now. Sorry. I'm sure Tony Khan will call whoever fucking Vince's guy was. This will all be cleared up. Or they'll pay them these people off. Or whatever. This is kind of a nothing story. It's kind of sad.
Yeah, I feel bad for Kevin Kelly. He means well, but like, I think that number one thing that I feel like he messed up in is doing it with the Tate Twins, because they have two different situations where I could see Kevin Kelly getting farther with the case if he did it separately from the Tate Twins. But I know in his thinking, you have more people involved. It helps your chances, but I don't think it's necessarily the right thing, because the Tate Twins, they originally said they got fired because of budget cuts, and then Tony Khan came out and said that they basically no-showed events, and they said the reason for that was that they were booking them out of an airport that was too far away from them, that was 3 hours away from them. But it's like,
yeah, okay.
yeah, like I was like, when I read the whole statement by them, and I like the Tate Twins. I've actually got to meet them and chop it up with them, so I wanted to see the best in this situation. But their whole reasoning of, the airport was too far away from us, it was 3 hours away, they could have booked us at a closer airport. I was like,
that's a wild reason to no show. I did see what JR said. What did you think about that frantic world before I even get started? Jim Ross said they will run out of money before AEW does. What did you think of that statement? Because if fucking Nick Khan or somebody said some shit like that, you'd have had a whole fit. What do you think about that statement, sir, in general?
that's a wild
Does might make right all the fucking sudden? I thought we were against that. I thought we were against bullies bullying people because they can. Come on, man. They do not have a case. And Kevin, I think I agree with you. Kevin has a better case than they do, certainly.
Yeah, but his case is like, it's not the best. Like, if you compare it to other cases, it's not the best. But if you compare it to the Tate Twins, it's better.
Listen, Jared's obviously right. But, I mean, people. I don't know. I'm going to start this whole fucking angry thing. But yeah, it's egregious.
We do have one more super chat donation before we get into the show from Bala B. Thank you so much, Bala B, and thank you everybody who's showing their support. Keep sending that love with those super chat donations. We appreciate that. But for Bala B,
that's
of course,
fucking bullshit.
Had to show Punk smiling. Bala B says this 2023 Sky Blue Regiment that Kyle is on does no one any favors. Stop it. Give the kid a push on ROH or move on till Mark Davis comes back. He did get a push on ROH. Now he's moved on to getting a somewhat featured spot on AEW television.
I've seen 2 takes against fucking Kyle Fletcher already, and it's the one episode where I'm team Kyle Fletcher.
Look at
this is wild.
Stand up for Fletcher.
About all that push.
But let's get into AEW Dynamite. Thank you once again, Vala B, for the support. But let's get into AEW Dynamite, which last night took place from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Usually I'm not too high on Milwaukee, but I thought they actually were pretty decent this week. What did you think?
As loud as you're going to be. 2,000, whatever the fuck. How big was the arena? Do we know? Big.
Probably like 13,000. Yeah, it was big.
Fuck.
It's like, the perfect, like, you should do smaller buildings and have great matches on Wednesday, and then do even smaller buildings like 1,000 seats, do 1,000 seaters on Saturday, and then only do the 10,000 seaters and more 20,000 seaters for your pay-per-views, because your pay-per-views are the number one thing that sells tickets. I don't understand why they don't do that. We've been saying this for a year now.
It's got to be some type of deal to get on this. I don't understand. This is fucking egregious. But yeah, they weren't great, but what could they do? Can't fill this whole fucking place. What do you want from me?
AEW Dynamite comes on the air, and Excalibur welcomes us to the show alongside Tony Schiavone and Taz as Daniel Garcia storms to the ring. He immediately gets on the mic and asks for MJF to come out. He says that he's refusing to wait until All Out, and he wants to break MJF's neck tonight. MJF's voice is heard singing "Oh, Danny Boy" as he's shown in the crowd, surrounded by security in one of the high seats. MJF is up there sipping on wine, as he doesn't want to have Garcia have any excuses before he breaks his pencil neck at All Out. Unlike Garcia, he doesn't attack people from behind like a coward and and act like a skinhead hooked on Ozempic. Garcia responds and says everyone knows what MJF says is a lie and fake. From his tan, his makeup, to cover his acne, to his trip to Turkey to get a hair transplant that didn't even work, which gets to MJF, obviously. Garcia said the fakest thing about MJF is his fake love he claims to have for AEW. MJF doesn't love the fans like Garcia does, and he can get as many fake tattoos as he wants. The crowd won't believe him. Garcia meant what he said last week in that he's obsessed with ruining MJF's life and wants to make sure his loved ones suffer too. If MJF can ever find a woman to care about him longer than a year, marry her, get a house, have a kid. But I know that every time you pick up that ugly ass baby, you'll feel a tingle in your neck to your toes, and you'll think about Daniel Garcia, MJF's kid. MJF's kid will ask him, "Were you ever a wrestler?" And MJF will have to say he was, but Daniel Garcia ended his career. MJF stood up to applaud that Garcia learned how to speak, but said he has a lot more maturing to do. Garcia doesn't realize that when MJF dumped him on his head, he was doing him a solid. The fans used to love MJF, but when he got too big for them, they turned on him. Nice revisionist history. Garcia doesn't want their love or to win championship gold. The more he rises in this sport, the more the fans will want him to fail. MJF will do Garcia a favor this Saturday and make sure the fans won't hurt him the way that they hurt MJF. And he'll do that by putting Garcia in a wheelchair. And there's one person, though, that Garcia can trust, his mother. And as soon as he says his mother, we hear the crowd say, "Ooh." And he says, no, I want to compliment her. She'll take care of him laying in her bed. But that won't be the first person she'll have taken care of while they're flat on their back. He smiles with the wickedest evil smile. Garcia sprints over the barricade. He tries going through all the security guards. They try to stop him, but he eventually breaks free. The race is on, and he eventually makes it to MJF, he pulls up on MJF and MJF cracks a bottle over his damn head. MJF then sips more wine from his cup before sitting next to an unconscious Garcia who is bleeding now. And he says that in his life, every man must go through hell before reaching paradise. Garcia has woken something in MJF that's been dormant for far too long. This Saturday, MJF will send Garcia straight to paradise, and he can thank him later. He kisses Garcia's forehead, tasting his blood. He has blood all over his lips, and he stands tall, walking away from a bloody Garcia. What did you think about this opening segment here? I've been seeing, I think Garcia's showing more confidence on the mic. I know you don't like all the material that he's saying with, kind of pandering to the fans. I will admit that. But I think he's showing more confidence in himself when he's talking, and he knows the type of message that he wants to put across. He wants to build that connection or further build that connection that he has with the fans, and going against someone like MJF, who's good at getting that heat and going for the low-hanging fruit, but getting heat for it. I think this worked out well with the promo exchange. My only nitpick here is that Garcia did look like a chump pulling up on MJF and then just getting the bottle cracked over his head. When a babyface goes to the heel and tries to start a fight and then eventually gets punked out in that way, that's not the best look.
This is like the opposite of the spoiler alert. It's like the opposite of the Jack Perry thing later for me. I like his delivery. His material here is ass. This first is fucking win one from the Gipper, fucking 7-minute edge ass promo. What's the other one? FTR balls. Come on, enough. I got it. You guys love this place. Oh my god. That doesn't make me love the place. I love the place because I can watch. I don't love the place because you keep saying you love the place. That's not how this works. Ill. And then he's shitting on MJF's kid. I mean, sure. Max is an asshole, so fuck him. Skinhead on his Olympic is solid. This was fine. MJF was, I keep asking, and the first time I heard MJF's like this new late fucking Dax ass promo, this stinks. First time I heard MJF's new delivery with this like super slow, super borderline bored, I thought it was to build up the Ospreay stuff. So when he snapped, it was an even bigger deal. And now he's doing it again here. What is the deal with this? I hate this delivery. What is going on? Does somebody have a reason for this? No, it's not. Stop speaking. No. It's fine. It's fine. Like, it's something for MJF to do until he finds something more important to do. And listen, I like the triumph of Garcia. I just don't know where it goes. You know what? That's certainly true. He's better than Wheeler Yuta. Put on a t-shirt. We've now got several different pillars and what they do best. Garcia is better than Wheeler Yuta. Perry, good in pre-tapes. Absolutely.
It's like that, and then you go, who's Wheeler Yuta better than? Is he greater than Lee Moriarty?
He's better than Lee Moriarty. I've always said that.
Oh man, we got I make beats who says Garcia, I'm gonna end your career. MJF, yo mama.
All right.
I was like, that escalated quickly, but it is fair because Garcia keeps bringing it up. He keeps bringing up his mother. Had to watch him get it knocked on his head. So
this is wild. And then didn't he swear on his mama to win that fucking match, then lost?
That's true. What MJF? I know the story is probably not going to be done after Saturday, so MJF has to say it in one promo. Like you made sure to promise to your mother you would win that international title, and I made you be a liar to your mama.
I don't love your mom at all. Clearly.
We do have a super chat donation here from Christopher Kidd. Thank you so much, Christopher, for the support. We appreciate that
I'm hurt
so
and I'm
much.
old and I'm fucking tired and I work with fucking children.
Where's the energy? I don't ask too much.
Hey, we got happy punk, but it was understandably happy for me this week, at least.
That's a good point. Fair enough.
We got Christopher who says if Kyle had to get beaten up to get Takeshita on screen, staring down Okada, I'll be Team Kyle all day long. Give me Takeshita versus Okada in the C2 final. I just want them to keep teasing it until the C2. Keep teasing that Takeshita. That's probably going to start in November.
Oh, yeah, I can wait.
Yeah,
sure.
We got 2 months. 2 months. We got it. They're going to be in the 4-way at All Out. Spoiler alert. I mean, I'm not spoiling anything because the show hasn't happened yet, but I think Takeshita is going to be in that 4-way for the Continental Championship.
Who knows? Let's hope.
Yeah, I love Beast Mortals, but now's not the time, sir. But thank you, Christopher Kidd, for the super chat donation. EBB who says, "Holy shit, Jesus. I forgot Wheeler Yuta. He was on the show."
It's definitely not worked out the way I thought it was when they started the BCC. That shit was so dope.
The peak of his powers was spelling BCC in his own blood on his chest.
From that all the way when Dragon and Moxley start bumping into each other, that's one of my favorite AEW storylines fucking ever. And then it's just good Lord, it fell apart.
Just became another faction, just doing real. And then they fooled us with the whole Elite feud, which they were great. They were great during that Elite feud last year,
right? Stab motherfuckers with screwdrivers.
It was like, y'all niggas only heal for this feud? For only this feud? Really? Really?
Amateurs. Amateurs.
Oh my God,
let's
those
go.
promos were awesome. We go backstage to Renee Paquette, and she is with the Conglomeration, Saints Tomohiro Ishii, who is back in Japan. We get Willow Nightingale alongside Mark Briscoe, Orange Cassidy, and Kyle O'Reilly. Renee slightly brings up Willow and Chris Statlander having their matchup at All Out Chicago Street Fight, but then says, no, we're not going to speak to her right now because they're going to go face-to-face on Collision this week. I was like, all right, I know the Jimmys of the world will there are some people that are like Jimmy who will just strictly watch that Collision segment with Willow Nightingale and Chris Statlander to hear her talk. But then Will Ospreay walks in and says that he's going to be an honorary member of the Conglomeration for tonight's Trios main event. And he asks Mark Briscoe for some words of wisdom for tonight. And Mark Briscoe goes over his phone call with Kyle O'Reilly. He was like, "You want to team up with Will? You mean Big Bill, who gives all the thrills, who makes them take pain pills?" It's like, what is going on? He says, the word of the day is stupendous. And this trio tag team matchup tonight is going to be as stupendous as it gets. Everyone gets hyped, amped up. You got Kyle O'Reilly getting amped up, as always, to Mark Briscoe. And, of course, Orange Cassidy showing as much energy as possible. And Willow Nightingale just has the biggest smile on her face. So does Will Ospreay. Mark Briscoe. I did not have Mark Briscoe becoming one of my favorite promos in AEW on my 2024 bingo list, but here we are.
Can you go back to that other picture of fucking look at Ospreay's face. First the Rock faces Billy Gunn, and now Gangrel. Who's booking this crap? Absolutely. What is going on? I'm with you, Hollywood Will. This is egregious. He's trying to hang out there a little bit.
I always have fun. What's wrong?
Now?
You're haunted now?
No. I fell. He fell.
Oh, you fell? All right. I'm sorry. Hope you feel better. You can come back.
Apologize for what? It's not your fault.
No, but, I never want to see her upset because she fell.
She should learn how her feet work.
Wait, this guy.
I'm here to help.
We got in the chat here a couple of people saying Power Drive finisher O'Reilly. Okay. We got Frantic World who says this was so funny and good. We
Just
also got
copy and pasting this for every segment.
We got I Make Beast who says the conglomeration greater than the elite. The conglomeration tag team matchups and promos have kind of been like a stalwart of AEW television in 2024.
Certainly has been, and you all love them. I loved them the first 2 times. I liked them the next 2 times.
It's enjoyable. Hey, we might have gotten the best conglomeration matchup of 2024 on this show. That trios match.
You know what? You might be right. What we could do, we should have more Ospreay and Conglomeration tag team matches. Or, you know what? We could just do Ospreay matches. That's a thought. I'm here to help.
One or two. I was thinking about it. You're absolutely right. Yes, you don't come out.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Did you teach your daughter how to walk? Of course you did. So, yes.
I told her how to crawl and walk.
Right. So why am I getting a thing? I'm saying I would like more of that, please, to avoid calamities in the future.
You don't even know how she felt. You don't know how she felt.
She wasn't attacked, was she?
You never know.
I would go check on that right now if you get the chance. Somebody in the house.
Driver finisher, it says favorite rapper Mark Briscoe. Mark Briscoe just brings the energy. Like I understand half of what he's saying, but it's always entertaining.
You know what I can do? I can do without Kyle O'Reilly fucking whatever right next to him.
Pantomiming. He was pantomiming his conversation with him.
Yeah, it's very uppity. Where's Kyle O'Reilly from?
Canada.
Would have thought. Yeah, very uppity. Like, you know what I mean? Like looking down. Like, come on, man. Look at the crazy redneck. I don't like that. Yeah. Get out of here. Out of here.
We got AEW, who says the conglomeration is now my second favorite faction after BCC in AEW. We got Big Man Dogs, who says Jimmy is star rating her walking. 2.5 stars. We got Bone Daddy, who says, okay, Jimmy Swerve, leave the kids alone.
I love that. I didn't throw anything at her crib. I'm here to help. I'm here to help.
All right. So we got a new weekly segment when he is wrestling. No, when he's featured in a segment or wrestling on the show. We're now going to be doing our predictions for Okada giving a fuck. Okada was next. Kazuchika Okada defending the AEW Continental Championship against Kyle Fletcher here. My prediction to Jimmy before the show was Okada was going to be at a solid 6 on the 0 to 10 giving a fuck scale. Jimmy, what was your prediction?
5.5, I believe. It's Milwaukee. It's Kyle Fletcher. Lucky I'm showing up at all.
Good point. But here we are. We had the Continental Championship up for grabs. Kazuchika Okada defending against Kyle Fletcher. Fletcher coming off a win against Tomohiro Ishii on Collision last Saturday that helped him gain this opportunity. Don Callis joined the commentary team. Fletcher had his right bicep taped up quite a bit for this matchup following his matchup with Ishii on Saturday. Okada backed Fletcher to the ropes and did his clean break sequence before the pace quickened with Fletcher using his speed against Okada. After a series of counters, we had a nice little stalemate here. Callis said that he's all about greasing the wrist, so Okada couldn't hit the Rainmaker on Fletcher. I like when Callis adds these little tidbits to the matchup. Fletcher sent Okada crashing outside and followed with a dive as we went to a pitcher-in-pitcher break. During the picture break, because I was watching on what is it, Triller. Okada, as the fans started chanting "Aussie, Aussie, Aussie," Okada started hitting it with forearms and saying "Aussie, Aussie, Aussie." When they said "fight, fight, fight," he hit it with forearms. That was great stuff. Both men were slugging it out when we came back from commercial break. Fletcher ran through Okada with a lariat of his own, spin out. He had a spin out, sit out slam and netted a near fall. Okada was able to hit an air raid crash neckbreaker to regain control. Top rope elbow drop, which led to him doing the Rainmaker middle finger pose, but Fletcher dodged the Rainmaker into a Michinoku driver for a 2 count. Okada wisely went to the outside, but Fletcher told the referee to stop counting in order to go outside himself. Okada was playing possum, though, and spiked Fletcher with a DDT before going to the apron. He looked for a tombstone power driver, but Fletcher got free, hit a thrust kick, and then a brainbuster on the apron. At this point, we were like, oh, shit, Okada exceeded both of our expectations. He took an apron bump in Milwaukee against Kyle Fletcher. Fletcher... Both men collapsed to the floor after this spot. When we come back from commercial break, Okada starts targeting the injured arm. He goes for the money clip, but Fletcher is able to break free. He hits a thrust kick. Corner charging boot led to Okada getting flowed over for a brainbuster drop kick, but he drop kicked the leg out of Fletcher and sent Fletcher crashing to the outside. Okada hit a running boot and set Fletcher over the barricade as Okada tried for a draping DDT. Fletcher countered into a brainbuster on the barricade. I was like, shit, he went over. He hit a 7. He hit a 7 on the giving a fuck scam. Fletcher cleared the rail and hit a somersault dive that went to the crowd and started celebrating with them, showing that babyface fire that made him successful against MJF a couple of weeks back. Callis said every second is precious and criticized to the crowd. Fletcher brought Okada back in. He hit the elbow drop that Okada usually hits on him. Started playing to the crowd again. Callis was once again very frustrated by this. Fletcher did a Rainmaker pose, but Okada rolled through a black slide into a slight Rainmaker, holding on to the wrist control. He had another big clothesline, and he went for the proper Rainmaker, but Fletcher was able to counter. Wild series of counters led to Fletcher hitting a half and half and a jumping tombstone for a near fall. We get the 1 minute remaining call, and at this point, I'm thinking, oh, Fletcher's going to hit it to the time limit draw. This was Jimmy's prediction before when the match was announced that would really put over Fletcher if he went to the time limit draw. But I think the finish still put over Fletcher as Okada basically used Fletcher's momentum, pushing him into the referee. He then gets him from behind and does a ripcord, but instead of hitting the Rainmaker, he hits a ripcord low blow and then hits the proper Rainmaker for the 1-2-3. Okada stealing the victory at like 19 minutes, 30 seconds, right before the 20-minute time limit draw. Post-match, Okada poses and celebrates, but out comes Konosuke Takeshita, fellow Don Callis family member, and he comes down to check on Kyle Fletcher and then looks at Okada and basically teases that he is coming for the Continental Championship. During this matchup, it was announced that Okada would defend the AEW Continental Championship in a 4-way matchup with the winners of basically eliminator matches coming up this Friday on a special edition of AEW Collision. It will be the first two will be Konosuke Takeshita facing Beast Mortos, and then you also got Mark Briscoe, the Ring of Honor World Champion, versus a Continental Contenders Challenge. One more matchup that we will talk about in a bit after their segment that was later in the show, but I thought this was a great opener to the show. This was probably my second favorite Kyle Fletcher matchup in recent weeks, right up there with the MJF matchup. I thought the finish with Okada stealing the win put him over in a big way. And he just is more effective and a lot more impressive, showing that babyface fire. He's very endearing to the fans, and you can feel that he's building that connection with them. And Okada is just, when he gives a fuck at least over a 6, he's one of the best. One of the best. I always enjoy Okada matches. What did you think? And what did you get him at as far as giving a fuck in this match?
7 sounds right. Kevin Nash said that he booked the Finger Poke of Doom, the Goldberg thing, and the Finger Poke of Doom because he knew Hogan was coming back, and you either get on that train or you get ran over by it. Okada knows that you don't fuck around with Hollywood Will Ospreay's friends, so you either run over that train or you get on it. He made sure he gave Kyle Fletcher his bestest effort, his best TV effort, which is a 7. As high as you're gonna get. I'm doing my absolute best. I really like this match. I got to be honest. Up until I can't say up until because it worked out. I'm gonna say up until Kyle Fletcher starts cheering on the crowd with 19 minutes past. But that Kyle's cleared it up like he's a young idiot apparently. Fair enough. I can't believe how much I enjoyed this match. Mainly because I didn't expect anything from Okada, and Kyle Fletcher usually bothers me. Even his awful voice, which was no less awful here, didn't bother me as much. He needs to be reined in. He's not creative. He thinks he's creative. He's not creative. He needs to be reined in. He comes out dressed like fucking... Remember when they first brought Karrion Kross up? He comes out dressed like that.
No, please not.
Whose idea is this? What the fuck? You would think the baddest man on the planet is about to come out. It's fucking red RoboCop. This stinks. I hate whatever the fuck that is. Lose all of that. Just come out regular. Or wear a robe or something. Jesus. Let's say one part of this match in particular I enjoyed. And clearly Fletcher was just watching Orton and Gunther. When he tries to get fucking Okada up like twice, he starts hitting me on his fucking back. He starts kicking him in the fucking... I was like, yes, this is supposed to be a struggle. Everything shouldn't be so easy. Kyle Fletcher, student of the game. I'm here for it. I'm not a flashlight because that's stupid. It's goofy. It's unnecessarily sexual. And I'm not entirely sure what's wrong with you people. But I see a solid mid-carder now. He bought himself some more time, I would say. I'm not ready to rip his throat out yet, like Jack Perry or Kyle O'Reilly or any of these people. I need them to fucking beat it. Beat it. Out of here.
Oh, man. We got Big Red Dog. So, well, let me tell you something, bro.
Absolutely.
Hollywood Real Ospreay is out. It's egregious. It's egregious. Ospreay.
Oh, what the fuck?
I am a real Britain. We got another super chat donation from Chuck Berries. Thank you so much, Chuck Berries, for the support as well. Once again,
go on Twitter. I don't see how this is going to work. This is absolutely ridiculous. Send.
Chuck Berry says, MJF was like, I learned from my Jewish brother Aubrey. Take this bottle to your dome, bitch.
Get him up and out of here quick. Absolutely. I'm not mad at it at all.
Like, I'm not wasting no time with this. You want to pull up on me?
What?
That fuck him up. I am a real Englishman. Fight for the rights of Britain. Huh?
Aubrey. Fucking Fletcher's from England?
No, we're talking about Will Ospreay. We're doing the Will Ospreay Real American remix.
Where's Fletcher from?
He's from Australia.
All right.
No, we're not gonna do that to the Aussies watching. No, sir. No.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Just want to say, on the same page, Takeshita wins this, right?
You are way more confident than I am. I'm going to assume so, yes.
And we got, I would say, Mark Briscoe winning this one, right?
Why does nobody give a fuck about the ROH World Championship? First he won the TNT title. Now he wants the Continental title. Anything except this piece of shit belt I got right now.
It's because this dude won the Ring of Honor World Championship, and then Tony Khan was like, you know what? He's very charismatic. I should use him on AEW television.
Jesus. Oh yeah, Mark Briscoe. Yes, he does not like Lance Archer at all.
Like I understand. Like it will help maybe one or two people watch Ring of Honor if you feature them on AEW television. But I would really just like them to just put the Ring of Honor World Title on someone that you don't plan on using on AEW. And make them like you do it to Athena for the past 600 plus days. Why can't you just put it on somebody that you don't plan on using on AEW? This is 3 straight champions. You did that with Claudio, you did that with Eddie, and now you're doing it with Mark Briscoe.
Goddamn shame. Whatever. I'm not sure. I might put it on what's face. I might put it on Fletcher now. Think about it.
I would put it on Lance Archer.
Oh, that'd be fun. I'm not mad at that.
I would. Lance Archer, or even I would give Roddy another run. But he likes Roddy, so we'll use him on AEW television too. So yeah, so Lance Archer is someone who is so sporadically used on AEW that he would be a good ROH World Champion.
Do we all? I forgot to mention this in the first half hour of the show. Do we all owe? Not we all. You all. Do you all owe Ricky Starks an apology?
You all? I never said what I just reported what was said.
By whom?
Who did make that first report? I think it was I want to say Dave Meltzer, Wrestling Observer.
Don't you guys owe him an apology for reporting something Dave fucking Meltzer said?
I owe an apology.
Do you report everything that fucking bum on the street yells at the street corner? Well, he told me the world will end in 3 weeks. So
we got a whole bunch of new people who do reports. We got PWN, PW Nexus. They were the ones that reported about Machine Guns going to WWE. We're reporting about them.
I'm just saying, at a certain point, we need to write something on Dave Meltzer's forehead. Do not touch. Do not listen. Do not listen. Why are we still listening to Dave Meltzer? Yeah, I know. Niggas don't apologize. Fair enough. I'm glad Ricky Starks took it up for himself. I'm all for people taking it up for themselves.
100%.
And I'm 100%, especially since you said it might have been Dave Meltzer, I'm 100% that he didn't make that up. I'm 100% that was given to him. And I know who was given to him by. And I want you all to stop pretending like they're nice billionaires in the fucking world. I've been telling you for longer than 5 years. I've been telling all of y'all for 5 years. There's no such fucking thing. Sorry to break the news to you.
Also fair. We did get video footage of what they showed on social media earlier in the day of Swerve Strickland using his bonus money from his contract at his new AEW contract that he got on AEW Hall in London, and he used that to purchase his childhood home. He thanks Prince Nana, who he gave the money to basically purchase the home and buy the deed for the house that he grew up in. So it was a nice, touching moment that would be ruined 90 minutes later.
I must say, I did. I almost bought it until he said he gave the money to Nana, and then Nana bought it. I was like, oh, all right, well, I guess I know where we're going here. Listen, whatever. Sure. Overpaid for it.
You think he's overpaid?
I don't know what he got paid.
Well, WWE. Well, if you believe Dave Meltzer's report, WWE.
I don't. But he probably is. I mean, to be fair, he's overpaid lots of people. So I'd be shocked if you answer to that list. I won't say that. It depends on what we're paying him for. We're paying him to give great matches and be a great character and cut great promos. Then he does that. No, that's it. Numbers-wise, he's been heinous. That's not me saying that. That's what the numbers say. Argue with math, not me. You hate math, not me. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I swear. But listen, he's important. You gotta pay more people than just fucking Rock and Austin. There's other people on the roster. They should all get paid.
I agree. I'm all for people getting paid. I think hating on anybody's bag is unbecoming.
Well, I don't know about all that. What if he donates his money to the fucking? Where's he from? He's from the upper west, right? Washington.
He's from Tacoma, Washington.
Which, by the way, for those of you who are unawares, has a inordinately high number of white supremacists, considering their location.
Oh my God.
Not shocked that Swerve's from there at all.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Here to talk about wrestling and to educate. You're welcome. I'm here to help.
This is what you call education?
Yes. This is something you can easily look up. Yes. That whole area. Shockingly.
I don't enjoy you. I don't. Sometimes I really don't enjoy doing the show with you.
You like where? It's like Alabama. It's like Tennessee. Washington. Huh? Yep. Show is.
Why do you always do this? Why do you always do this? I don't understand.
Wouldn't you want to know before you fucking take your family up there to fucking Washington? If they tweet. Oh, it's up here, isn't it, Canada? I'm sure they're all very sweet. Meanwhile, it's Swerve and fucking 3 other niggas in the hoods.
Well, since our good friend Romeo hasn't added it to our bumpers yet, I could just do this really quickly. But we got to talk over it so we don't get copyright strike. Yeah. All right, that's enough.
Hey, sorry to break the news to you. Here to help. We got one good one. A Dragon came out of there, right? Yeah, Dragon came out of there. So that's a good one. Not completely worthless.
We got EB. So this is the education I've missed.
You're welcome.
He also says, if I ever come to the United States, I'm going to be thankful to Jimmy. I know now know to stay away from Washington.
I had a girl tell me, I was in Oregon. She told me about the situation they have up there. And I was like, really? I looked it up. I was like, holy shit. It is. Well, wish you would have told me that before I came up here. Walking around with a white girl in town. This feels outrageous. Feels like a terrible idea.
Just in case.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Next up.
Oh shit! I just got the reference. Louisville, I smell new house. I just got that reference. I smell new shoes.
We got former AEW Women's World Champion Jamie Hayter in action this week for one of 2 women's matches on the show. We're back to the 2-match quota that we started we started in July, I think. Jamie Hayter here, she starts off very quick. Oh, well, Robin Renegade actually started off this one quick, but Hayter quickly just mowed her down with a shoulder block. We saw Saraya and Harley Cameron watching from backstage, unimpressed. Hayter no-sold a dropkick and waffled Renegade with a violent-looking lariat. Hayter then was sent to the corner and ate some double knees, but again, Hayter just exploded out of the corner with a charging boot. Renegade hung up Hayter between the ropes and hit a double stomp, but Hayter countered a leaping Renegade with a snap power slam, multiple backbreakers, and then she hit the Haterade, which she has a new edition of the Haterade where she doesn't do the ripcord anymore because Okada's around. He took precedent on that. So she just holds them up and just completely just goes back and just lariats the shit out of them. I like it. That was a nice little variation to it since she can't do the ripcord anymore. Commentary said that Hayter won't rest until she gets revenge on Saraya for being responsible for her injury. This was just a showcase for Hayter, but this is pretty much what we asked him for. Like, one actually competitive matchup from the women and one squash. This was a little bit longer than it needed to be, but still a showcase for Hayter. What did you think?
I love Jamie Hayter. A new look is not growing on me, but I'm getting used to it. I'm a little sad she had to change her finisher. All my favorites get big timed. LA Knight had to change his elbow. Jamie Hayter's got to change her finish. Oh, good Lord. Oh, whatever. Hey.
Yeah, he doesn't do that anymore. What happened?
You know what happened, motherfucker? Rock came back.
At the final
he stopped
boss?
doing it. He stopped doing it soon then he came back. Whatever. It is what it is. Fair enough. I don't know what I want from this feud outside of it to be relatively soon when it's over. She does. She's an attractive person. By the way, I won't bring it up now. I'll save it for a later date. Why isn't it on the pay-per-view? Her and Saraya. Can we just get this over with?
I was wondering that as well. Unless they're gonna add it at least like a 0, even a 0. I would accept 0 hour because I think that 8 matches for the main card for this one. There's no real misses for me on this 8-match card so far. Like I think all of them will deliver because even the one that I know that you would like complain about, it has Bryan Danielson in it, so it's gonna be good. I think that all the matches will be good to great on this card.
Oh yeah, that's not what I was talking about. It's all matches that actually should be on the card. There's quite a few of them I don't need to see at all. Like, why is this here? This is not a feud. This isn't even a thing. We'll get to some of those later. I was like, what? Are you fucking serious? Don't you guys have belts? All these niggas with belts wanting more belts. What is going on? Oh well. Fuck it.
I can see that because that is the 2-year anniversary of Saraya's debut at Grand Slam.
Game changer Saraya. Right. You all told me how big of a deal this is. I remember. She actually started the women's revolution. It wasn't Charlotte and Banks and it was actually
She was. She did.
Yeah.
She did.
So
They're the pioneers of the women's revolution.
I'm sorry. I get it. But as of right now, 2024, I'm going to pick Jason Tatum on my team and not Larry Bird, if you don't mind. Larry Bird's great, but he's 60 something. I think I'll take Jason Tatum. Sorry, no disrespect.
I won't front. That's a better analogy than you probably even expected it to be because Saraya's neck is that of a 6-year-old.
Oh.
I love her. Like I said, I think she's the pioneer of the women's revolution. But let's be real here. We got backstage. Roddy, where they show highlights of last week's Conglomeration versus Undisputed versus Roddy Strong and the Learning Tree matchup. And then we get Roderick Strong, who talks about that finish, showing Christopher Daniels that his foot was on the rope when Hook tapped him out, as we said last week. Daniel said that the referee didn't see it, which is correct. If I'm not wrong, she did step over the foot. Like, she could have reversed the call after she rang the bell. Like, I've seen that. I've seen referees do that in AEW before. Hook stormed in and said that they can fight tonight for the FTW championship. Strong said that he wasn't wrestling in a dump like Milwaukee, but he'll call his shot when he's good and ready. Please don't let it be at all. Save that. Save that for Grand Slam, since Hook is from New York. That makes more sense.
Sure. We can have Hook doing what he does at least well, which is wrestle. Please stop speaking. Please. Oh,
No, not real. No real character development since the last time you watched EBB from Hook, other than the Jericho rivalry, which lasted way too long. Lasted 6 months.
So what's the issue? Is it the lack of teaching? Is it the lack of Hook giving a fuck? He seems like he gives a fuck. I don't know what's going on there.
I think it might be a lack of teaching. If I'm Hook, I'm calling Bryan Danielson to help me out.
I ain't got no fucking time to fucking work one-on-one with people. I'm already neglecting my family. I gotta help random niggas out.
He's like, I did that for Jade and she left.
Yeah. Didn't learn anything, apparently. Sorry.
No, it's like she forgot everything Bryan taught her.
I love that. I'm not giving Bryan a pass. I love you, Bryan.
She did good. She was good when she was in AEW. I don't know what happened.
She was good in AEW. Why? She had one good match with fucking Britt and one good match with Anna Jay. They practiced for like 6 years. Yes.
She had a good match with Chris Statlander as well.
Oh,
Heavy
God,
Velvet.
pull that off. I'm not giving you red velvet. I'm gonna let you get Statlander off. I'm not giving you red velvet. Knock it off. Brock Anderson said that. Listen, I'm sure that's true. I'm sure.
We got Annika says lack of teaching. Who has been his opponents that were good besides Samoa Joe?
Ooh.
Hey, Jericho was good at one point.
Yeah.
Not at the point they were feuding though.
Yeah, that's a good point actually.
Yeah. They haven't gave him like top talent, which Roderick Strong will probably be his best matchup since the Joe match.
Oh, certainly. Let's get squashed.
Hopefully not. Power Driver Finisher says Roddy the best never. I love his wrestling, but he was never the best thing on any Dynamo or what? I don't know.
I love that.
We got Frantic World. He says, I agree with SP3. It looks like Jade Cargill has not gotten better since she left AEW.
I'm completely shocked by this take with Frantic World.
I know. I read it and I was like, this doesn't help.
I don't know where this is coming from, sir. Yes, some new brilliant takes from you. Shocking.
King Potato just went off. He says Brock Anderson is a dog shit wrestler. He has a father with multiple decades of experience. It's not AEW's fault that he's bad.
Jesus, Brock Anderson is not dog shit. I've seen a Brock Anderson match. They're all technically solid. They're fine. He's just boring.
Yeah. He needs a personality.
And about 30 more pounds. Like Arn Anderson looked gigantic when he wrestled. He didn't look ripped, but he looked like a big dude. You just look kind of weirdly aligned. No disrespect.
I 100% me and I think Jimmy agreed with me when I said this. Character wise though, EBB says character wise though about Jade, at least in AEW she was doing something kind of. I'm surprised they don't just send her down to NXT. That's what they should have done from jump to me.
I'm not mad at that take. I don't like what she's doing in the E character wise. It's kind of just like she's tall, she's black, she's attractive. She's just like Bianca. So they're together and they can beat up anybody. I mean, yeah, we can see that. What about the rest of it? So in NXT though, it's a little crowded, especially now.
Now it is. But then she debuted in January. They could have gave her a good 8 months.
To do what? Hang out?
Probably be the one that beat Roxanne for the title. And then set up Jade and Julia as your big matchup for the woman.
I gotta be honest. By the way, I watched some Roxanne. I realized what it is. Listen, she is more charismatic than Jack Perry. However, at the end of the day, we come across the same issues, which is I don't understand what we're doing. Why is Julia kneeing her or kneeing Chelsea Green where she can just pick up Roxanne and throw her through a fucking window? What are we I can't take this shit seriously.
Roxanne gave Jada Parker the best match of her career. That No Mercy match was dope.
It was. She was 4'8". What am I supposed to do with this? How am I supposed to take it seriously against fucking Jade? Jade just step on her. What are we doing?
Oh God. EBB says, honestly, though, Jada Parker, to me, she will thrive on main roster. Need Jade to have some confidence on the mic nowadays. You see that slap by Jada. Yo, Jada got all the confidence in the world. Like that promo she cut on her way to the ring. Dope.
She's fucking great. I gotta be honest. She gives me like bad attitude vibes. either she's the greatest actor ever, or shit. I love her though. I love watching her. I buy everything she does. I go, holy shit. I'm not sure how much she's acting.
The best quote that I've heard about Jada Parker was Christy Love on last Saturday's True Hill Heat when she saw the graphic for Jada Parker versus Roxanne Perez. She says Jada Parker looks like one of SP3's neighbors in the Bronx. I was like, yo, dead ass. I know a couple of my neighbors that got the edges and everything. Like
just
Jada
like,
Parker.
You fucking bugging. Oh.
Ain't no trying to bag them on the street. They just
at all. You just fucking whenever you talk to her, you lose your fucking boner. Really. The fuck you talking about?
We got a super chat donation here from Will Chisholm once again. Thank you so much, Will. We appreciate this.
But don't push me. That's Tupac.
He says they're not sending her to NXT. It's Julia's place now. Yeah, there's no you can't put her on NXT. You can't put her on the main roster to begin with and then try back to put her on NXT. No, that doesn't work that way. You kind of have to go with her on the main roster. What we're trying to say is that when she first came in, she should have started on NXT.
Agreed. She should have came in. When was her official debut? Rumble?
Rumble, yeah.
Match? Rumble. Yeah. I like when they did Rumble. That was perfect. To do that, maybe NXT the next fucking week. Beat whoever for the belt that month for a few months and then move on. And have Bianca do whatever Bianca does. Whatever Bianca does is main event worthy. She's Bianca. That's how that works.
Exactly. I would have done the whole angle with Bayley that they teased before Backlash and then completely dropped.
Maybe I think she learned something by just being around Bianca. I mean, she does. I mean, you'd have to, unless you're fucking completely empty. But I think you learn more by doing it in the ring.
Yeah, I agree as well. EBB says, completely agree, Jimmy. I believe that she thinks she's the baddest fucker in the world anytime she walks out. Jada Parker.
She's fucking great. I don't know how polished she is just yet. She's fucking fantastic. I buy all of it. She's fine to sell to, by the way.
This is true. This is true. Backstage, we see Marina Shafir and Jon Moxley. Well, basically, Marina Shafir arrived at the building and started beating up backstage personnel with Moxley trick. It was like she was clearing the way of inconsequential people backstage for Jon Moxley to stroll through before they approach the Young Bucks, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, along with the number one contender for the AEW World Championship, TNT champion Jack Perry. Moxley stares down Perry and then says that he doesn't care what they say. Perry's a sweet kid.
I wasn't sure if you were right about fucking this was supposed to be a compliment. I went back and watched it. Look at Nick Jackson's face. He's so insulted. This is an insult I thought it was. You're a sweet kid. That's wild.
Matt Jackson too. He's like, he's like, oh shit.
Like, oh. What a sweet young boy.
But I saw this more of him talking to someone who's about to face Bryan Danielson, and then his promo, what he came out for, was once again him trying to talk to somebody that's about to face Bryan Danielson. It's like Moxley wants Bryan Danielson to lose the AEW World Championship. That's how I got across with this. But speaking of which, it led to Jon Moxley and Marina Shafir coming through the crowd, coming out to the ring. Moxley coming down to his Death Rider theme. He got a good reaction from this crowd. Moxley wonders if Darby Allin is somewhere in Milwaukee tonight. Moxley said that a few years ago, he wrestled someone no one had heard of, who slept in his car. He beat the piss out of him for 20 minutes. And on that night, he realized that kid was special. Darby Allin walks his own path with reckless abandon, and he respects that. That is how you're supposed to treat this business. That is not something he's entitled to, as Moxley is an impatient man. He doesn't want to apply pressure, so don't make him. He just wants to talk. Moxley then drops the mic and leaves. I thought this was short, sweet, to the point, and just adds more intrigue, not into a matchup, but into a simple in-ring promo segment. And I didn't think you could build anticipation for a Darby Allin promo exchange, but Moxley is pretty much doing that for me.
Sorry.
What did you think?
This is the John Moxley I love. This kind of, it's not really cryptic, but this guy who thinks he's the best motherfucker walking, doesn't do that stupid walk he does. He's fucking fantastic. Sorry. Best John Moxley is the CM Punk version. Oh, did that not go the way you thought it was going to go? That's one of my favorite lines ever. Holy shit. That's kind of how he was here. I don't want to force you to do this, so don't make me. Huh? Oh my God, let's go. Let's go. I know a lot of people think the Shafir thing is goofy. She her fucking throwing around 200-pound men backstage. I'm sorry. This is one of my favorite tropes in not just wrestling, but in TV, period. Muscle down female bodyguard is one of my favorite things ever. It just is. It always works.
And
it's dope.
Such a high rate of success. Like, yes, China is like the peak of it, but Rhea Ripley more recently got over in that way. Raquel Rodriguez did it in NXT with Dakota Kai. She got over in that way. And Camille did that in NWA before coming to AEW. I think that it can virtually work for Marina Shafir as well, and especially knowing the fact that Marina Shafir is a legit MMA fighter. That works for her.
Yes. Her shoving Moxley just so she can kick some poor bastard in the stomach is fantastic. I'm sorry. I know you guys, well, she can't actually do it in real life. Well, it's not real life. I'm not sure. You also don't burn people's houses down and then chill out thinking nothing's going to happen to you in real life, by the way. It's awesome. I'm hating. This is amazing.
Big Man Dog says, him wanting Darby kind of made me sigh in relief that this won't be a Josh Barnett Bloodsport faction. And EVB, he says, like we've established, EVB, this is first time watching in a while. This Marina Shafir Moxley thing just started last week, so it's understandable if you're like, when did this happen? It just happened last week.
Yeah, they did explain it. They're just together. Yeah. Which I'm here for, by the way.
Same.
I don't need to explain.
Same. King Potato saying cult leader Moxley is a good fucking shit. And I did like I don't think I was gonna mention it when we talk about the trios matchup. They did ask Bryan Danielson about what's going on with Moxley, and he completely ignores the question.
Ooh, I'm here for it. As long as we get the ask, I'm here for it. That's great. That's great.
Like they was like, yeah, we don't know what's going on with Moxley, but you have Pac teaming up with Claudio and Wheeler Yuta, and he's stuck on the Pac part of that. He was like, I'm not even going to mention that. Let's talk about, Pac is a good fit for the Blackpool Combat Club. I was like, thank you, Brian.
Go ahead, Shane McMahon, keep it up. Keep the good work, sir.
We said Shane McMahon's the secret booker of AEW.
Keep it up.
I love that. LeVay Carter says they rolled in like Black Widow and Hawkeye. That's a great analogy for Marina Shafir and John Moxley.
Is she any good?
Archer. Who?
Shafir. I know Marina? She wasn't very good last time I saw her. Is she any better?
She's gotten better on Ring of Honor. She's gotten better.
Well, she looks impressive.
Yeah,
she does.
As long as she can just beat people up for a while. You don't need to have her have any matches. Like what was it like? I think Rhea Ripley went like 3-4 months before she eventually had a match when she joined Judgment Day. I think she lost one match to like Liv Morgan, and then she stopped wrestling for a while.
We can do that way longer. China went. I don't know how long China went. We can do that for forever, please.
Yeah, that is true. I love that Power Driver finisher says Marina Sarah Connor Jones.
Sarah Connor Jones over here.
That was great. Big Man Dog says Tony needed to call private investigator Alex Marvez again and ask him to secretly record the BCC talking about Moxley.
Yes, Jack Perry's still boring. I don't know if you're in the minority. I got a whole lot of people pretending here. Frantic World. That's right there. You still pretending Jack Perry's interesting?
I like his pre-tapes.
Hey, how's your wife? I like her nose. She's got a solid nose. I've always liked her nose.
No, it's more like I like her body. Renee Paquette is backstage with the learning tree. Chris Jericho brings up his $7,000 jacket that Orange Cassidy ruined 4 years ago. We see footage of the orange juice being poured on the inner circle back in 2020, the forgotten age of the Daily's Place era of AEW Dynamite. We see Jericho says that he never forgets, and so Bryan Keith will get revenge for him coming up on Friday on Collision in the Continental Contenders Challenge. Bryan Keith says that he'll get revenge for Chris Jericho, and then Orange Cassidy walks in. He says he stares right at Bryan Keith, and he says that he'll make it easy. Bryan Keith can tell Chris Jericho that if Keith beats him on Collision, he'll give Jericho his $7,000 in cash, and then he says, "Hey, Renee," and strolls off. He never even acknowledged that Jericho was there, and I was like, this is the best that Orange Cassidy has come across in weeks in a promo. It is official. It will be the third and final Continental Contenders Challenge to determine the fourth person in the four-way for the Continental Championship at All Out. Orange Cassidy versus Bryan Keith. I think it's obvious Orange Cassidy is going to win this one.
Certainly. Orange Cassidy was good. The rest of that shit can go to garbage.
Hey, they kept the learning tree to 2 minutes on this show. I think this is an improvement for me.
Free Big Bill.
Seriously. It's the best thing. It's the best thing in that group. Best thing about that group. We got in the chat, Hard Finisher, still trying to get this over. Hi, guys.
It's over, sir. Let it go. I'm with you.
And this is 2 back-to-back years, Alexander Fitzgerald. He says, will All Out not have a Jericho match? Thank you, Tony Khan. Yes, last year at All Out, we didn't have a Jericho matchup, and it seems like this year at All Out, we're once again not having a Jericho match. This is why All Out might be one of the best shows of the year.
Wow. Jesus. Fair enough.
It won't. Dude, I'm sorry. I said it before. I will say it again. Revolution. Dynasty. Double or Nothing. Forbidden Door. All in. All 5 of the pay-per-views for AEW this year, Jericho has had the worst match on every show.
I'm going to try to think. I didn't watch most of them.
It was the six-way scramble that was supposed to be Meat Madness at Revolution. It was him and Hook at Dynasty. That was the first time the fans chanted, "Please retire." Ooh. It was Hook and Shibata in a 3-way for the FTW Championship at Double or Nothing. It was him, Big Bill, and Jeff Cobb versus Joe, Hook, and Shibata in a 6-man at Forbidden Door, and then him and Hook at All.
That's worse than Britt and Mercedes team?
Yeah. Like I said, I didn't think Britt and Mercedes. I agree with you what you said earlier. I don't think Britt and Mercedes was as bad as Britt and Mercedes and AEW thinks it was.
Well, they watch the internet too much. I can comment on either. I haven't watched a Chris Jericho match that wasn't on Dynamite this year. Not a one. Ooh, Big Bill with the scapegoat Jay White. Ooh.
I love how you're still going with this.
This new timeline we're building over here is fucking fantastic. Only CM Punk could have slapped Jay White.
Like, Jay White actually recruits for the Bang Bang Gang and adds Big Bill as the muscle.
Yes.
So Juice could be a mid-card champion, Jay White in the main event, and then you have the Guns and Big Bill as the trio.
I know you've got Finn Balor and Priest lasting to WrestleMania. I don't see that happening. Triple H does not fuck with Judgment Day at all.
His new judgment. Yo, I said it at our Bash in Berlin review, and then I had to give them LVP on Monday because Bash in Berlin, it was the gentleman's suite. It was 4 different shows. It was 5 shows since the breakup of the Judgment Day at SummerSlam. First 2 weeks, Terra Twin stood tall. 3rd week, they let the new Judgment Day stand tall. 4th week, the go home show, Terra Twin stood tall, and then they won at the pay-per-view. I was like, that's the gentleman's suite. That's 4-1. And then they doubled down on it, having them lose again on Raw this week.
He's not a fan. I'm not a fan either, but I gotta pretend at least to keep this thing going.
But he's protecting Finn in all these losses.
Finn should go do something. Finn should, if he's a mastermind, which it appears that he's supposed to be in this thing, he filled this group up with his guys. He kicked these 2 bums out. I'm here for it. He needs to go get help. Clearly, this is not working. I've got to go sign somebody. There'll be some giant there that's doing nothing, and it's not named Odyssey Jones. There'll be somebody who's fucking available. Go get him. Get him. You need the help.
Since you brought it up, what do you think about the Odyssey Jones news of this week?
I just felt bad. I felt bad for everybody involved, mostly Triple H. Because after the Lashley thing, he was like, "Oh, I don't know how to book black people, huh? Child, please watch this. Watch this right here. Watch this right here." And then the next week,
he chose the wrong black dude. John, you vouched for him. You vouched for him.
Oh, poor bastard. Yeah, if it's true, I mean, whoever that woman is on Twitter, I'm going to assume this is legit because I can't imagine having this type of made up angst for somebody to go off for this long. So yeah, that's a shame.
Shame. I feel bad for Triple H. I don't feel bad for Odyssey Jones. How you get a big push? How you get a big push? You with the New Day, basically replacing one of the most popular and beloved people in Big E, and you do that shit?
That was before I beat her up. I haven't done anything recently.
Oh my God, this guy fucking making excuses for
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
I was on a vacation. How many years ago was that? She's fine. Well, not here and not there. She's healed. I'm joking, and that's not funny. But yeah.
Next up, we had AEW Women's World Championship up for grabs. Mariah May defends against Nyla Rose. Yes, Nyla Rose once again getting the first shot at a new AEW Women's World Champion. I feel like we have seen this on more than one occasion. The match starts off with Mariah and Nyla
Skip
Rose.
Why are we giving this effort? If Tony Khan gives the effort, why are we giving this effort?
Skip meeting center ring. Mariah May starts showing no fear, slapping Nyla across the face. She then just starts paintbrushing, slapping the shit out of her repeatedly. Rose eventually flattens her with a charging crossbody body slam into a leg drop, kept Rose in control, but May came back, hung her up, throat first on the ropes, and hit a nice little missile dropkick before going to commercial break. May dodged a corner charge and hit another shotgun dropkick for a 1 count. Both ladies got to their feet. They went for headbutts at the same time and both collapsed. Each took turns with charges into the ropes before a German suplex stacked up for May. We get a corner splash connects and a lariat flattens Mariah. Mariah escapes the beast bomb attempt and tries for a crossbody, but Rose catches her and hits a power slam, only for May rolling to the outside. Referee Aubrey went out to check on Mariah, but it was all a ruse as she held on to her foot long enough for Nyla to be distracted. She sweeps the leg of Nyla Rose onto the steel steps and then hits a running knee. May demanded the count be put on Rose, who made it back into the ring, only for Mariah May to hit a charging knee and the Storm Zero for the 1-2-3 to retain the AEW Women's World Championship. I think it was the headbutt that got a little mark on the head of Mariah May, almost busting her open or reopening the cut from All In London. But I thought it was solid after the commercial break for what it was. But fine, just fine overall. What did you think?
Nope. I refuse. Nope. Britt Baker, Thunder Rosa, Mercedes. Nope. You're not keep doing this to me and expect me to keep nodding my head. Nope. No. We're not doing the Nyla Rose fucking first challenger of the ass match. No. I like Mariah May, not that fucking much. No. I like this women's match. Is there anything he didn't like? I like this women's match. Always fucking 5 words. I like this women's match. I thought this was good.
MVP, the women.
Yeah, enough. He's also trolling me. He's trolling. Tony Khan's trolling. Enough of this fucking trolling. No more. No mas. I like Nyla Rose. She could be really fun if you put her in the right spot. I'm trying to think where I would put her. I might put her in Mercedes now I think about it. I do her. I do Mercedes, Camille, Nyla Rose, Statlander, and Stokely. That'd be my group. And they would all be called Mercedes Mone.
I'm still on. Let Nyla Rose join up with the Bang Bang Gang. Come on, please, just do it.
Ooh, orange juice would be hilarious.
Exactly.
Sold.
Just do it. Come on, Tony Khan. We know you watching. Just listen to us. We got Annika who says, "Who would be y'all's first feud for Mariah?" After you heat her up, it's got to be Jamie Hayter.
Oh, she'll lose that.
I think she needs to be a former champ. The best way to heat up a first title reign for someone, first time with the world title, is them either beating established, very popular babyface, especially if you're a heel, very popular babyfaces or former champions.
Thunder Rosa is right there.
I know Thunder Rosa. I was going to say that. Thunder Rosa, Jamie Hayter. Jamie Hayter might be one that you say for like full gear, but if the next match Mariah May is going to have as far as like her first feud, then yeah, Thunder Rosa would be that option.
Yeah, birth Thunder Rosa. And we say Jamie Hayter for a win because she's the best in the business, at least in this company. No disrespect.
Fair. That's fair. And Alexander agrees. We also got One Mike Nation who says Thunder be a good show. Next up,
kind of sexist or chauvinistic. I'm not entirely sure what it would be.
All right, let me get my hand on the trick.
I'm not saying she should. To be clear, I'm not saying she should. I'm simply wondering if I'm thinking what you all were thinking. After her display last week, where she came out and took her clothes off, Mariah May, were you expecting more revealing outfit this week, than she had on?
Yeah,
that's all.
That's fair. That's
where we're going.
If it wasn't for her, I would have said that probably even more than Thunder Rosa, because I feel like Thunder Rosa probably needs like one more kind of like TV feud win before she's back into title contention. If it wasn't for her like disappointment at All In, I would say Britt Baker immediately just saying, "Oh, I lost the TBS title. I'm going for my old title." Immediately after losing that one, I think if she put in a better showing there, she would have been the perfect choice to be the first one for Mariah May.
Same. I don't know what to do with Britt now. Do you think her confidence is shaken? Do you keep her on TV forever?
I think that if you align her with like a Deonna Purrazzo, I think she plays better when she's aligned with another female, like she did with Jamie Hayter.
Agreed. I won't tell you what I thought. I mean, it's right there. I like Strange Bedfellows.
Who?
I put her and Thunder Rosa together. I just like that. We started this. These new bitches. Take this alone.
These new bitches. Thunder Rosa literally said in a promo in an interview actually recently. She said, "Me and Britt Baker are married by blood."
I saw that. Yes, you are. You will forever be linked, but now you guys are fading into irrelevancy. You should do something about that. Yes.
That's right. A reason I said Deonna Purrazzo was one, she did have this video next, and also they're real life friends. But speaking of the video, we get a video package for Deonna Purrazzo playing up her virtuosa character. She says that the Texas Bull Rope matchup against Thunder Rosa was supposed to be her magnum opus, but it wasn't. But it doesn't mean she's done making heart. She has only just begun. And then we get the announcement that she will go one-on-one with the number one contender for the TBS Championship this Friday on AEW Collision from Chicago, Illinois. What did you think about the video package from Deonna Purrazzo?
She gonna talk all that shit to just lose? That's kind of
I know.
Is it not? That's one of my favorite things that AEW did.
What?
When they had that video package for, who was it? Anna Jay. She was the star of the show. And then Abaddon came out and squashed her. I was like, that was fucking great. That's fantastic. Do that shit again. That was brilliant. I'll be nice. We're gonna have a Sheeta segment later. We can do that later.
That's fair. That's fair. We got Big Man Dogs that says Jamie Eater at Full Gear because she won the title at Full Gear 2 years ago.
It was 2 years ago today. Shut up. Oh.
And we got also Mavs fan echoing what you said last week. He says if Willow wins her match with Stat, she is a perfect feud for Mariah.
Yeah.
But you don't want to see Willow lose.
Never. But Willow is somebody I know will be fine. She'll always be fine. I mean, it's fine. But she'll always be okay after taking a loss.
Yeah. And we got here a super chat donation from Alexander Fitzgerald. Thank you so much, Alexander. We appreciate the support.
And Blackpool Combat Club, they better wear out Kenny as long as they can. Hangman's going to come out here.
Alexander says AEW was in Milwaukee last night, and all I could think of was TK saying Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Did he say that? I don't remember this.
I think I think one of the last times they were in Milwaukee, Giannis was in the front row for the show.
That sounds fucking familiar. Really?
Yeah.
It feels like forever ago. Jesus, what happened to this place? Let's go on this TV deal. What's taking so long?
Yeah, don't get me started on that. I was like, what y'all doing? What y'all doing over here?
We got.
I
think he's thinking about a hustle. It's coming soon. I'm wearing a hat.
Wearing a hat, Leafy. TBS champion Mercedes Mone and Camille came out for a promo segment next. They make their way down to the ring as they show highlights of Monet defeating Momo Watanabe for the New Japan Strong Women's Championship at NJPW Capital Collision last Friday. Taz seemed to be the only one to chant along with the CEO chant, and during the song, Monet ran down Hikaru Shida, asking how can she be the ace when she's not the face of TBS? We get some fans who actually chant for Holy Shida, as Monet said that she's the face of the whole damn company. And she says that you must always know that everything changes when you mess with Mercedes Monet. Before Shida shows up on the Contron and says that in their last match, Monet was one katana away from losing the TBS championship, but thanks to her watchdog Camille, she survived. Monet knows that she cannot beat the ace. She rips open her suit jacket and reveals her ace shirt, which is a really great shirt, especially by AEW standards. Really great shirt that they got for Shida. Tony Khan avatar Christopher Daniels then walks in and he says that Camille is a great competitor, but when she's at ringside, she is little more than a nuisance. And thus, because of her actions in the last match between Shida and Monet, she is banned from ringside this Saturday at All Out. Shida then says that she knows that Mercedes has been brushing up on her Japanese, so she says, sayonara, bitch. Great little turnaround of the line that Mercedes used last week on Private Party. And yes, it is official. It will be Hikaru Shida after her win in a fatal four-way matchup against Thunder Rosa, Serena Deeb, and Queen Amanada in the main event of Collision last Saturday. She will challenge Mercedes Moné for the TBS Championship this Friday at All Out in Chicago. Jimmy, what did you think about this segment here?
Let's forget the fact that it's Shida for a second. And we know she's not fucking winning. We already had this fucking match. She fucking lost. And that's how sure we're doing this again. Let's forget all that for a second. In a vacuum, this is fine. It's all right. It's not Dusty Rhodes shit going on here exactly. This fiery baby face. Look at my t-shirt. All right, so what? What is your point, man? You're the ace. Why? Your shirt says so? My shirt says blow me. Is everybody gonna start blowing me? You fucking serious? No. That's not how that works. Sorry. But life's not happening in a vacuum. It happens outside of one. And it is Shida. And she did just fucking lose. And we know she's not going to fucking win. So this is a waste of my fucking time. I'm sorry. It is what it is. I do like the step. I do assume she's going to get some help from somebody else. I know what you're all going to say. I know the excuse you all gave me last week for Jack Perry. Well, if it's only going to have 1 week of build-up, if it's only going to have 2 weeks of build-up, if it's only going to blah, 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 then who cares if it's Shida? I care. You want me to watch this fucking thing? Great.
You like that first matchup. What's wrong?
Well, she lost. What do you mean what's wrong? She lost.
She only lost because of Camille. And now
that's not how this
for ringside.
That's not how this works. You don't lose and say because I lost, I get another one? No.
Yep.
No, nigga.
Yeah, nigga.
Or because my foot's on the rope, I get a fucking FTW title shot. What kind of sense does any of this even kind of make? No. Ugh. So now when she loses because one of the fucking somebody else pops up, she get a third one. How many do we get? Or because she pulls the tights, do we get a fourth one? How many fucking things do we got?
No, she only gets this rematch because it was good on TV. It'll be better on the pay-per-view. And now Camille is banned from ringside. Thus, Shida has a better shot of winning.
No, she has no shot of winning. She has the exact same shot she had the first time, which is 0, because that's how this works.
Hey, a lot of people believe that Shida. A lot of people believe Shida can win or should win.
A lot of people believe the Earth is flat too. It won't make it any more true. It's still 0. Sorry. Hey, the birthday bubble. Santa Claus is not real either. 0.
The Elite are backstage with the TNT champion, Jack Perry. He says that 3 years ago, All Out 2021 in Chicago, he was in the ring the very moment Bryan Danielson arrived in All Elite Wrestling. Perry promised himself one day he'd stand in the same ring with the American Dragon. Fast forward earlier this year, he was sitting at home and he heard that Bryan Danielson's career was coming to an end. Perry didn't give up hope, though. He changed who he was. He went to Japan, and he did it all by himself, selling the merch, putting up the ring, fighting in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Danielson could have helped someone like Perry, but he didn't, as Danielson only cares about his little fairy tale ending. Saturday at All Out, it's not going to have a happy ending. Matthew Jackson then says that they'll do anything to make sure that the AEW World Championship comes back to where it belongs, the Elite. I thought this was an effective promo by Jack Perry, talking about his history with Bryan Danielson, taking it back to Bryan Danielson's debut in AEW. I said it last week. I'll say it again. He makes sense as the first challenger for the AEW World. He's the last guy that pinned Bryan Danielson.
There's all of us. We're all here, sir. It's not like you're talking to yourself in the mirror. You're trying to convince yourself, huh?
No, I'm talking to you.
This makes sense, right?
I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you, you Jack Perry hater.
He's not important enough to hate. It's jarring. I hate. Who I hate? I don't hate. Matt Jackson. Matt Jackson's important enough to hate. Oh, hilarious. Matt Jackson's important enough to hate. Jack Perry's not important enough to hate. They're trying to make him important enough to hate, and I won't buy it. No, I refuse. This is the opposite of the Daniel Garcia promo for me. Daniel Garcia, I thought the delivery was good, and the material was kind of ass. The material I thought here was pretty good. I like all the stuff. I hope this is supposed to sound as you ever watch a comedian go on stage and just bomb for 15 minutes straight? What would you call it if you bombed for like 4 months straight? A career, apparently. This is fine. I went out there and I set up the ring and I did this and I did that. I did all the things wrestlers are supposed to do when their friends are not the Bucks. Yes, that's how that works. Yes, there's a whole bunch of shit you were supposed to be doing up until this point in fucking time, sir. That's how that works. I hope that was on purpose. My guess is it's not. This is fine. This is fine. Delivery was ass, but that's not going to change. It is what it is. That's not changing. I've given up on that. Just ready for Dragon to. I gotta be honest. If Dragon loses this match, I'm kind of here for it. I could just stop watching this altogether. I could just be done. I could just be done. Please and thank you. All right.
Oh, man. Hello. You want to show them something?
Look.
You have measuring tape? No, don't put it in your mouth.
Hello.
Tell them send super chats.
Send super chat.
For what?
That one.
For that one? Okay. We appreciate you.
Kyle Fletcher's got some personality. He's colorful. Too colorful in that fucking entrance. He's loud. Fucking certainly. He at least looks like a wrestler.
What you're saying is you're higher on Kyle Fletcher over Jack Perry.
This is not a real discussion for me. Kyle Fletcher looks like a star at least. He at least looks like somebody important. He's charismatic. I don't know, charismatic is the right word. He's loud. I can't quite go charismatic. He's loud. I'm forced to pay attention every once in a blue. And he's his in-ring style I find interesting, at the very least. Jack is a great strong. Jack is a good babyface. Just give me your 10-minute match where you do your flips and then get the fuck out of here. Why am I forced to listen to him talk and fucking be Raven? Ugh.
We got EVB says Harlem greater than Jack Perry, and we got Alexander Fitzgerald says Braden Walker greater than Jack. Y'all are wildin'. Braden Walker.
Who's Braden Walker?
That was Chris Harris from when he came to ECW back in like 2007, 2008 or something like that. Bryan Danielson, our AEW World Champion, comes out for our main event contest. He joins the commentary team as it's going to be the AEW World Trios Champions, Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta, going up against the Conglomerations, Kyle O'Reilly and Orange Cassidy, along with the AEW International Champion, Will Ospreay. Danielson says that it was motivating to hear the Elite said they will try anything to get the AEW title from him, as he wants to have the best AEW World Championship reign ever. While Perry has some friends, Danielson says that he has some friends as well, and they're in the ring right now. We got O'Reilly and Yuta starting off the matchup. They have a fast little technical start to the bout, as O'Reilly quickly snaps on an arm breaker, but Yuta escapes. Orange Cassidy tags in, and I'm reminded about the Orange Cassidy Wheeler Yuta history that they had with each other. Probably one of the more memorable mini feuds that he had in his international title reign. That wasn't really a feud, but it was a mini feud that he had multiple matches against Wheeler Yuta. Fast-paced double team by the Conglomeration, who let Yuta, his Cassidy's former protege, he lets him get up, so they have a little slugfest. Angle slam from Yuta as Pac comes in and chucks Cassidy over to Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay gets into the ring and the whole crowd stands up on their feet. They get hyped at a lightning quick exchange of counters that took place between the two men that will battle for the International Championship. Ospreay dodged a leg sweep by doing a backflip, and he snaps off a drop kick. All 6 men get in the ring to have a face-off. Back from break, Cassidy fought out of the clutches of Yuta, who hit rolling German suplexes before Cassidy ultimately escaped, only for Castagnoli to make the hot tag and clean house for a bit. Pac quickly tags in, and he wants an avalanche brainbuster, but Cassidy broke free. He hits a diving DDT, but Pac catches him instead and hits an overhead throw into the brutalizer. Ospreay broke the hold, but got popped by Castagnoli, who viciously sent him outside into the barricade. Fastball special hit by Yuta and Castagnoli, but O'Reilly breaks up the cover. O'Reilly paid for it as Castagnoli demolishes him with a series of uppercuts. We get Pac bails out as Yuta and Castagnoli are taking some offense. We got Ospreay, who hits a corkscrew kick on Yuta, allowing Pac to have a face-off with him once again. O'Reilly charges in for a shot on Pac. Things break down before Pac and Ospreay could go at it once again. Big "this is awesome" chance for that exchange as Castagnoli is wearing out Castagnoli is wearing out orange with some hammer and anvil elbows. Cassidy then responds with a deja vu that sends Castagnoli to the floor, where he hits a running dive. Yuta soon follows up with a dive of his own. O'Reilly hits a big knee off the apron, while Pac hits a somersault dive to the outside. But Ospreay was there with a slingshot forearm. We get Pac and Ospreay fighting up the ramp, but Yuta cuts him off. Yuta eats a hook kick, but then Ospreay tries to go for the hidden blade. Pac tries to go for the poison rana that he hit on Ospreay last week. Only this time, Ospreay avoids it, dodging the poison rana, sending Pac off the stage. He hits a somersault dive off the stage, nearly basically propelling himself into the barricade. At that point, Ospreay and Pac fight to the back. It leaves Conglomeration versus BCC. Yuta puts a stop to the high-low by Cassidy and O'Reilly. O'Reilly eventually locks in a guillotine on Castagnoli. Castagnoli almost fades out of it, but he powers up into a pop-up European uppercut. He then does the giant swing, 10 revolutions, into Yuta hitting a drop kick, and that actually gets the victory for them. I was quite surprised. I'm used to that being like a near fall in the matchup. I was surprised that got the pinfall for the win for them. Bryan Danielson goes down to the ring to celebrate with the BCC, which leads to the Elite coming out, beating down on the Blackpool Combat Club. It looks like they have firm control with a 4-on-3 beatdown. They get a steel chair for Bryan Danielson until Castagnoli and Yuta get back into the ring to make the Elite bail from the ring. They look on the outside at the two of them while Castagnoli gets on the microphone and he says the Elite just made the biggest mistake of their lives. Lately, he's been in the mood for collecting gold. He went to CMLL and won the International Grand Prix trophy, and now he wants to challenge the Bucks for the AEW World Tag Team Championships this Saturday at All Out. Okay, Excalibur said that the Bucks weren't eager to accept that, even though Nicholas Jackson could be heard being saying okay repeatedly. Bryan Danielson said everyone is sick of Jack Perry. He was speaking for Jimmy and his crap. And he promises at All Out he's going to kick his effing head in, which gets a big response from the fans as Jack Perry responds. This would lead to the official announcement of it will be the Young Bucks defending the AEW World Tag Team Championships against Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta, 2/3 of the trio champions for the titles coming up at All Out this Saturday. And meanwhile, on Friday, we get a legitimate, in my opinion, 8-man all-star match of champions. As it's going to be AEW World Champion Bryan Danielson teaming up with the AEW World Trios Champions, Pac, Wheeler Yuta, and Claudio Castagnoli to verse the Elite, the Continental Champion Kazuchika Okada, TNT Champion Jack Perry, and AEW World Tag Team Champions, the Young Bucks. And meanwhile, we followed up with Pac and Ospreay backstage. They were shown continuing their brawl until they fight on top of production cases where Pac delivers a brainbuster onto the production crate, onto Ospreay, laying him out. And he says, "I warned you, William. I warned you." I thought the trios matchup was excellent. Awesome matchup. It was fast-paced. The Ospreay and Pac parts of it were really the highlight that really got the crowd excited for their matchup coming up on Saturday. The BCC and Pac getting the win makes sense to me, and the post-match sets up another match that I'm looking forward to with Claudio and Wheeler Yuta versus the Young Bucks for the tag team titles at All Out, and that 4-on-4 matchup is probably going to go crazy as well on Friday. And then the Pac and Ospreay part of that. Pac is just awesome. Whenever he calls someone by their proper name, like calling Will Ospreay William, it just works for me. What did you think about all of this?
I'm not gonna let you get that 8-man all-star thing off. Absolutely not. You know what? 6 out of 8. You know what? That's passing grade. We're gonna let this slide. That's what, 75? 75. You get a 75. You're not embarrassed to take that home. Got 75. It's all right. Match is really good. I don't know about fucking excellent. Jesus. Will and Pac were excellent. William and Pac were excellent. Everybody else is
William.
I hate the way they set up fucking Wheeler and Claudio challenging for the belts. That was so fucking weird. The Elite comes out, kicks him out of the ring. Then the solution that is the niggas just come back. All right, sure. This was actually Matt Jackson's pretty good here when they were chanting, "You fucked up." This is a family show. Right. I thought it was actually pretty funny. Let's just get this over with. Let's grit our teeth and bite our tongue for how many more days? 3 more days. And then we're done. We can all move on with fucking life. Please and fucking thank you. The Dragon can face fucking, I don't know, who cares? Darby.
Darby is next up. Yeah.
Sold. We just gotta make it through this fucking thing. Please.
Alexander agrees with me. He says that Collision tag match looks great. Elite versus BCC. Always fun.
It looks great. I didn't say it didn't look great. It says not an all-star. Then I corrected myself. 75%? Close enough.
Power Jarrett
is Wheeler Yuta an all-star?
And
forget Jack Perry. What planet is Wheeler Yuta an all-star? I'm gonna let the Bucks as a unit. That's an all-star unit. Dragon, obviously. Claudio, Okada, Wheeler Yuta, Jack Perry. What are we doing? Come on now. Knock it off.
Driver finisher says great match, but everyone in that match had a title, and I'm like, this company has too many titles.
Yeah, we all know this already, I hope.
This is true. Myron Kidd says, why have people wrestle back-to-back nights risking injury before the pay-per-view? Because they're going to get demolished in the ratings, and this is the best shot they got. And it's a tag team matchup.
Is it? There is no shot. Well, wait, what's happening on SmackDown? I forgot. Cody and Solo.
It's SmackDown on. Right? It's the last SmackDown on Fox.
What does that mean? So what?
It's been their number 1 rated show for WWE. I don't know. I think it's going to drop. I think it's going to go below 2 million when it goes to USA because being on network television is a boost.
Certainly. We'll see. We shall see. Listen, clearly didn't get demolished. It got demolished fucking Saturday. So what? Just keep getting them. You put it here. You put it here and got rid of Punk. What would you like for me to do? How would you like for me to fix this? How that works? Sorry. NFL is on? Oh, shit. So the NFL, I assume college football's still there. Ooh.
Yeah.
Holy
both
shit.
shows. Both shows are going to be down. But
I wouldn't put anything on the show.
Probably doing below 200,000.
So I hope you sign that contract. This is the wrong time to be doing them numbers.
Yeah. It's the wrong time to. It's the wrong time to be like, oh, we want more money. Like WBD gonna be like, did you see what you did on Collision against SmackDown and the NFL?
What the fuck? Oh well.
Big Man Dogs being sarcastic. He says Perry, Nick, Okada, Pac, Bryan, and Claudio.
I'm not letting you give it to Jack Perry over Matt Jackson. I'm not letting you do
that's
that.
ridiculous.
He's got tenure.
We got Chuck Berry. He says, sorry, but my Eagles take president over WWE and AEW tomorrow night. That's fair. That's fair.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. But yes, we got and yeah, Big Man Dog says it will drop to Raw numbers on USA, probably maybe even lower if they stack the Raw roster.
Well, yeah, remember Raw numbers look I won't say look weird, but they drop from that third hour. There's no third hour on SmackDown. And it'll definitely be lower because Raw has Drew McIntyre and CM Punk, and SmackDown has Cody Rhodes. I'm sorry. I told y'all.
We talked about it on Rated Raw Review this week. I'm really hoping that Punk and Drew at Bad Blood have a loser leaves the brand because I think I like Drew on SmackDown more than Raw.
Ooh.
And he has a legit claim to get a shot at Cody because he's the last guy that beat Cody before he won the title.
I do like one of them going to SmackDown. If I had to pick, probably Drew, because feuds like this shouldn't just end and we just stay away from each other. It makes no sense. It should be smoke for life. So yeah, one goes to SmackDown. Drew and Cody. Oh, that means we can do the Orton feud now, and we can save the Drew feud for Mania because Rock's not fighting Cody. There's no interest in fucking Cody. Fucking fight Cody for what?
You keep saying it. It's like you're trying to manifest this.
The Rock's like, yeah, Cody, me, Cody Rhodes. He looked at the numbers. Huh? Hard pass on Cody.
Nah, Frantic Girl, they're doing that shit where they do Collision 2 hours and then Rampage after that. They're going 4 hours because they have the countdown to All Out after Rampage tomorrow night.
I love AEW. You're set.
Yeah, you got plenty of AEW to enjoy tomorrow night for sure. But without further ado, it is time for us to discuss the closing angle. Swerve Strickland and Hangman Adam Page, steel cage match, contract signing, a table and a contract set up. We're ready to go. Tony Schiavone first welcomes former AEW World Champion Swerve Strickland, who comes down to the ring with Prince Nana. He gets a pretty loud reaction from this Milwaukee crowd. Schiavone thanked Swerve for agreeing to no physicality for this contract signing before welcoming Hangman Adam Page, who didn't show up despite his theme playing. They tried to the intro once more for Hangman Adam Page, but no Hangman showing up here in the building. Then on the Contran, Hangman Adam Page shows up on the screen, and he shows up at Swerve Strickland's childhood home, knocking on the front door and asking, whose house? And then he laughs. Page wouldn't give Strickland the satisfaction of signing a contract to a match they know full and well is going to happen. But Swerve slipped up. You would have thought that all Swerve loved in this life was in that ring. He was like, he tried to look up his ex-fiance or his kids that want no parts of him, but he showed the world and Page something important to him, his childhood home. Page walked around the home and he says that he can envision Swerve's mom walking on these dirty floors and giving him meals while his father tells him to shut the hell up as he was watching TV so he can hear the television. Knowing the man that Swerve turned out to be, Page bets Strickland's father didn't love him at all and regrets having him. He says, what a wonderful world it would have been if Swerve was never born. Paige starts soaking the house in gasoline. At this point, Swerve is going crazy in the ring. He is very noticeably reacting to all of this. And he says that Swerve already knows. Much like Swerve sat outside of his home and watched Paige take his pregnant wife to the hospital, that Paige must make a choice between hate and success, vengeance and peace. But for Hangman, it's not much of a choice. They are all one and the same. Paige told Strickland for months that there's nothing he wanted more in life than to burn Swerve's world to the ground. If Paige couldn't have been the one to take the AEW World Championship from Swerve, he's glad to help have it slip through his fingers. This Saturday, he'll take Swerve's pride, his dignity, and he'll have him begging for Paige's mercy and forgiveness, which he won't give it to him. The night is long, and tonight it's time to say goodbye. Not from Paige, but for Strickland. Say goodbye to any chance of holding the AEW World title again, and say goodbye to your health, career, joy, and happiness. While tonight, he gets some practice. Tonight, Swerve can say goodbye to Swerve's house. Paige lights a match, a very long match, and then throws it at the floor, and the flame goes up to Swerve's house as Paige sips on whiskey with the flames behind him. Swerve collapsed in the ring, holding his chest in tears. As Taz said that they will be hell to pay come Saturday. And I know you asked me in our chat live watching this, you were like, what is the fans chanting? They were chanting, "This is arson. This is arson." Hangman Adam Page burns down Swerve Strickland's childhood home in one of the most incredible closing angles, and this was one of Hangman's best promos ever. Just ripping apart Swerve Strickland's childhood, ripping apart their history together, and the fact that he still believes he is the righteous one. He is the right one in all of this, and that Swerve deserved this. You broke into my home. You put a shirt over my baby. You cheated to beat me several different times. You ruined my life, so I'm going to burn yours to the ground. And he literally said it on multiple occasions that he was going to do this to Swerve. And then, as well, someone, an eagle-eyed fan, looked at Hangman's video for his new theme, and there's a burning house in the video. So he came back in July, and they had this planned all along. This was art. This was great. Jimmy, what did you think about this closing angle?
Hangman was really good here. He came across menacing, a little what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say detached. He's given in. He's given in to his worst impulses, and I'm kind of here for it. Him shitting on Swerve's family. It's so over the top. It's so much fun. And the burning of the house. Hey, this is what I needed. I didn't know I needed it, but we needed it to go up a notch. Let's take it up a notch for me. I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about Swerve's. I'm not sure how I feel about Swerve fucking crying in the ring. It's a bit much, but I'm here for it. This was really good. It's my second favorite AEW close of the year, and my third favorite AEW close of all time.
Yes, this is as we have coined it, a 5-star segment. This was perfect. This was you kind of saw it coming after they introduced the video of Swerve with the childhood house, but sometimes predictable is the right thing to do. This was the right ending to give like a big stamp on this feud heading into potentially the blow off. and it was announced after AEW went off the air that their steel cage matchup at All Out will now be an unsanctioned lights out steel cage matchup.
Dun, 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 dun.
Which means that this is going to be bloody. This is going to be violent. This is going to be, it should be on the level of their Texas death match.
I would hope so. If you can get rid of the blood drinking, you might be onto something. So I don't like, by the way, we didn't mention that with MJF. I don't like that shit either. It's so goofy.
We got Alexander Fitzgerald. He says best ending to a Dynamite this year. Second is when Omega came back. Nah, second is if you had
Jones over here.
If you had this number one, Mariah May turning on Tony Sharp should be number two. And I think even better than Omega was the Elite attacking Tony Khan at number 3 or number 4.
Really?
With MJF's heel turn number 3.
Really? You punched him in the stomach and then you fucking pass out? Yeah. And then, right. I punched his stomach. Hold the stomach. Right. Brilliant fucking acting job he did. Not good at anything. Jesus.
We got Big Man Does. He says, I expected Hangman to do something to the house, but I didn't expect him to burn it down.
Yes. That's why he never liked Swerve. He was like Mr. from the Boondocks. All my kids a bunch of damn Uncle Toms. Absolutely. Swerve makes him sick. Oh my God. Hangman watches the Boondocks.
He says Hangman is an absolute menace. We also got Christopher Kidd who says Theme was fire, Hangman was fire, Swerve on his knees begging, just as Hangman said he would be was fire. AEW cooked with this feud, and Tony and Mariah. Like Tony and Mariah it might be in my top 5 as well for AEW feuds, but Hangman and Swerve, this definitely cemented number 1 for me.
Yeah, it's in my top 5, certainly. Love that feud. Love that finish.
We also got here in the chat bunch of comments talking about this angle and segment. He got Ninja Mortis says this is twice. Hanger called out Jesse Kamea. Dirty work. Yeah, that's Swerve's fiance. And
together?
Big Man Dog, yeah. Big Man Dog says, I was like, oh yeah, Swerve did stalk his pregnant wife.
Sure did.
He admitted it. He admitted it. We got Power Driver Finisher. It says this was such a bedtime story. Yo, he really said it in like this soft, very sinister tone. That was just very diabolical and deranged. Like it was so great. It was so great delivery. This was kind of the matching of the 2 segments you talked about earlier, where you have perfect delivery and perfect material.
Sorry, I look up who Jessica Kamea was. Looks about right.
She's not white. She's not white, sir.
What is she?
I think she's like Filipino or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat if you know. But I don't think she's full white.
I don't know. Nothing wrong with that. Hey, if she was, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, Swerve don't mind as long as she's not one of them Negroes. I was.
This nigga never stops. He never stops.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
He didn't say anything about white and pretty. He said black and ugly. That was not that. What a proud mom. Yeah, this was all great. MJF Punk, yeah, MJF Punk is up there for me. And then you guys have Hangman Omega, I suppose. Swerve and Hangman.
Swerve and Hangman is number 1 for me. Then I would go MJF Punk, Kenny and Hangman, Moxley Omega, and Tony and Mariah.
Moxley and Omega? Oh, the first go round. Oh, yeah, sure. I went to come in. I never get that shit. This nigga stole the belt. Got on a fucking helicopter the week after that. You gonna do nothing? Gonna do nothing. All right, whatever.
Big Man Dog says, I literally said Hangman was AEW Surfer Sting and we needed Crow Hangman.
That's pretty good.
This is like the Crow. This is legit like the Crow, where the Crow was doing evil shit, but he was justified in doing it.
Do we have Hangman winning this match?
I kind of would say yeah after the segment. I would say yeah, but it has to be like a cheap way. Like he cheats in the similar fashion that he's been calling Swerve out, and then Swerve can hold over him that you cheated to beat me. Not only that, it doesn't count because it's lights out. It's unsanctioned. So he's still not. It's still not going to feel like. It's still not going to feel like Hangman is justified. It's still not going to be enough for Hangman.
Or you could do the reverse of that. Now that I think about it. Because Hangman's whole thing is Swerve can't beat him. And Swerve wins. But not really. Because it didn't count. You still can't beat me. When it counts. I'm here for it.
Oh man, this has been just amazing because the layers of character to both guys throughout this 1 year rivalry has been tremendous stuff.
Somebody said this was a top 20 feud of all time.
Where would you put it?
I'd have to think about that long and hard, but
yeah.
I wouldn't outright dismiss it right away.
Yeah, I wouldn't outright dismiss it either. It's in like one of my all-time favorite feuds in wrestling. Just what it's done for Swerve in elevating him up the card to a main event status, as well as with Hangman bringing this whole different side of him where he really feels like one of the best characters that AEW has ever produced, from like where he was at the beginning of this rivalry, feeling kind of lost as like the fourth guy in the elite to where he is now. Like it's like night and day.
I gotta be honest, I think this shit has been so good. He's still the biggest star in the company, to be clear. It's not close. I don't feel the same way about MJF's character. It feels kind of hollow. When I've got 3D characters over here, and then I got like wrestling villain over here.
Yeah,
sorry.
I would say both Swerve and Hangman have been more effective villains than MJF's in the past few months.
Jesus, who would have thought that? Oh, you poor bastard.
You know?
He needs CM Punk. CM Punk needs him. What a shame.
We do have a super chat donation here from Alexander Fitzgerald. Thank you so much, Alexander, for the support.
Tony Khan! This is also on you! Because you can stop this!
Another great character.
Absolutely. Alexander says, where do you rank Swerve and Hangman in AEW's top feuds? I answered them here. Where would you go?
Number one, and not that close. No disrespect to anybody. Had number one before we burned the fucking house down. Now we burned the fucking house down. Number one.
Oh man, we got Alexander. He said, I guess he's saying his number one is MJF versus Punk, which that's definitely fair. Yeah, that's definitely fair. Yeah. Power Drive Finisher says Mariah. Yeah, I guess he's saying Mariah and Tony number 3 for him. So wow, that's high.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. You can place her, and you can place them anywhere between 3 and 5 for me.
Yeah.
We got Romeo answering my question from before. He says Kamea is Hawaiian and Japanese. I knew she was Asian in some way. That's why I went Filipino. I apologize.
He didn't talk to her at first because she had just gotten back from Hawaii. She had that tan. He was like, ugh. But once the wintertime came around, he was like, oh my God, look at her. She's fine as hell. Yeah, I know. Enjoy Swerve.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Doesn't Swerve have kids?
Yes, he does.
We'll leave the kids out of it. That'll be nice. I'm going to be nice.
MCAS says DMD versus Rosa is up there too. I would say top 10. It's moved down a bit because of, like, I think Tony and Mariah was more foresight and focus and storytelling was put into that rivalry over this one. It's definitely number 2 best women's rivalry in AEW history for sure for me.
Yeah, there's not a lot of cohesiveness. It's just kind of awesome shit that happened randomly every other week. Therefore, it's great, but
yeah. MCAS also adds, he says, MJF is a talker, but he gets old. But Swerve and Hangman are doing things to make them hated.
Yeah, MJF's kind of missing the I don't know. I feel like it's such a miss for me, the fucking Ospreay stuff. Especially considering where we could have gone. Fucking being the man for the first time in your life and then having somebody immediately come in and fucking take that from you is a fantastic story. You just wasted it. Fucking nonsense.
We got Ace who says, where do y'all rank a Deanna versus Thunder Rosa feud? Jimmy didn't see any of it because it was not on Dynamite. So that's not a fair question to him. But for me, I mean, I would only have to rank it as far as this year rivalries, not all time. I don't think it's deserving of being like all time in that conversation, really.
I thought it was over 12 different times. I remember seeing they were going to have another match.
Yeah. It just kept going. Kept progressing. But they capped off with their best match. The Bull Rope match was their best match, so I'll give them that. At least they capped it off with their best match. But, man, what an ending to this show. Of course, we want to hear your thoughts, so let us know any other thoughts that you had on Hangman Adam Page burning down Swerve's house, as well as anything else that happened on Dynamite. And, of course, final call for Super Chat donations, and let us know your match of the night, your MVP, your LVP. Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle, and out of 10, what did you give the show? For me and Jimmy for the September 4th, 2024 edition of AEW Dynamite in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up across the board from both of us. Out of 10, what did you give the show, Jimmy?
I'm going to go for 7.5. I didn't love the opening segment. Didn't love anything in the middle of the show. But I thought we had 2 really good matches. And obviously, burning the fucking house down. And Mox was good. I enjoyed Mox. So, 7.5.
I'm gonna go with 8 out of 10. I think that the close to the show really took this up a notch, and it is the best go home to a pay-per-view angle that they've done all year. Which, like I said, it's been a good year for that as far as like final segments before pay-per-views on Dynamite, but this was the best of the bunch. Your MVP for the show, Jimmy.
I'm gonna go with Hangman. I mean, it's obviously between Hangman and Swerve, and I bought Hangman a lot more than I bought Swerve crying, burning down the fucking house.
I'm going with Hangman Adam Page. He finally fell through with his promise. He gave us what he'd been promising. He said he was gonna burn Swerve's world down to the ground, and he did just that. Who was your LVP for the show, Jimmy?
Let's see. Garcia is an interesting choice. I'm not going to do that. Jack Perry is always available. He's like a get out of jail free card. Shit. Oh, dummy for booking Ryan May and fucking Nyla Rose. Another Nyla Rose title match. You fucking serious? Is she 0-7? What are we doing? Jesus.
I'm not gonna say that was egregious. It was just about getting a Mariah May successful title defense before the pay-per-view. So I'm not gonna give it to him. I'm not gonna give it to Nyla.
You got no other bras on the roster? Sign all these fucking dudes. You can't find one of these motherfuckers. Are you serious? Just grab some lady from ringside.
Jericho is usually my easy pick, but he was inoffensive in 2 minutes, so I can't give it to him. I'm just gonna give it to the jobber on the show. I'll give it to Robin Renegade. She got beaten.
That bitch.
Yeah, she got beat in 2 minutes.
Why did she fight fucking Ryan May? She gets it. It's outrageous. All right, Swerve. Fair enough.
No, you're actually right. I will give it to Daniel Garcia because he looked like a chump.
Oh shit!
Running up on MJF. Blasted in the head with a bottle. Yeah. You look like a Trump, so you get my LVP for this week. Match of the night, Jimmy.
I'm going with Okada and Kyle Fletcher. I know it's egregious. Kyle Fletcher, you're welcome. Hopefully it's the first of one. I don't need to see that often. But I thought it was a really good match. Okada came for it. So, right.
Co-MVP, Shane McMahon for writing his Moxley storyline, says Big Man Dogs. I'm going to go match of the night. I'm going to go the trios main event. Will Ospreay, Orange Cassidy, Kyle O'Reilly versus Pac and the BCC. That was like the best, in my opinion, the best conglomeration tag team matchup we've gotten on Dynamite this year. That was amazing, especially with Ospreay and Pac exchanges. So,
is it a conglomeration match if fucking... All right. Sorry.
Hey, had the conglomeration in it. Had the conglomeration in it. Any combination of the conglomeration.
I can't wait for it. It's the best Jack Perry match ever. So much to prove that Jack Perry exploded off the screen.
Amazing match by Jack Perry. No question, the best Jack Perry matchup I've seen in my life. But Jimmy, let everybody know where they can follow you on social media, when they will see you again.
Just Google Jimmy Macram, and you can just pick one. Click on it. That's me. That's me. Let's pick something.
We got a bunch of main event choices for the match of the night, as well as Kyle Fletcher and Kazuchika Okada. It was close. I don't mind any of these getting picked there. And I love the people that are picking Swerve or Swerve's home insurance for LVP. Guys are great. You can follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSP3. Follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at TrueHillHeat. Patreon.com/TrueHillHeat. $3 a month gets you exclusive content. The best place to support us when we are not live here. We'll have some exclusive Patreon content as I'll upload our TNA Emergence review from last week with JBL's debut in TNA. So we'll talk about that over on the Patreon. And for members, awesome. JBL showed up and whispered in Nick Nemeth's ear after he won the main event.
Ooh. I heard JBL was coming back. I heard he was somewhere. And that's what he was doing there. He said recruiting for Triple H, which I thought was hilarious.
He was at AAA. He was at GCW and TNA.
Love that.
Yeah.
I love JBL.
And OVW. And OVW, apparently.
Sold.
For Jimmy Macram, it is me, your True Hill Phenom SP3. I will be live tomorrow, 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time, with Joel Hobart of the Late Night Grin and Wrestle Purists to preview and predict AEW All Out 2024. So join us live right here on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel for that. Like, comment down below. Let us know what you thought of AEW Dynamite, and hit the subscribe button and the bell so you always get notified whenever we go live. This has been AEWramble episode 162. Whose house? Hangman's house. We are signing off until next time.